Alright, I'm back. That was our intro. Nobody's probably watching right now, but it's me and G Rary. What's up, man?
Not a whole lot, man.
How's work been going? So how's the what you been doing? Everything's alright?
It's all going good. They're putting the catalyst back in the reactors, so probably another week and a half. Everything's went pretty smooth.
Is that in the reactors? So y'all have a cat cracker?
It's like a reformer, but it's not a cat cracker per se. It does basically the same job though.
Well, I know what a reformer is, but like, so with the reformer, you have the product goes through the tubes, but the tubes have what did you just say, the catalyst in it, and it changes it when it goes through the tubes. So are y'all working on a reformer?
Yeah, I mean, look, we call them all reactors, but what it does is it takes the feed and it breaks the hydrocarbon chains and it reforms it into a different size chain, I guess you could say.
Okay, so you're working in a reformer. Yeah, that's my specialty. Hey, I just want to say hey to Gilgamesh. He wanted to pop in. He might not say anything, but he's in here.
Yeah, what's going on, boys?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I actually wasn't listening to the stream. What do you guys sound like? You're talking about some highly technical shit in here.
Just so like the kind of work that we do is like industrial, and it all kind of goes for the same. It doesn't matter if you're making gasoline or you're making anhydrous ammonia or whatever. It's all the things are pretty much made the same way. You pretty much take a product and you add a bunch of fucking heat to it and you turn it into different things.
So you're all involved in refineries and the various processes.
Yeah, me specifically, we make renewable hydrocarbon diesel. So you make trash into diesel.
And I'm the guy that builds the stuff. That he's an operator. He operates the stuff. I'm the guy that puts it, works on it.
So the renewable hydrocarbon actually breaks down plastics and uses that as a fuel. Is that right?
Our plant uses waste fats, oils, and greases. We can use a whole lot of feedstocks. We don't use any plastic, though that is something that could be used in the future. Right now it's mostly pig, cow, fish, fat, along with used cooking oil, anything that has methyl esters and free fatty acids.
So would that be what people would call like biodiesel?
Yeah, yes and no. Biodiesel's a different thing. Renewable.
So the hydrocarbon works in like a gasoline engine.
No, the hydrocarbon means that it's just carbon atoms. Our diesel works in a diesel engine. 100% doesn't have to be mixed. Biodiesel is not even actually flammable or combustible. It has to be mixed in a specific ratio, usually 10% or 20%. But it's not diesel. It's just an additive, kind of like ethanol.
Right.
But our diesel is diesel. It can run in any diesel engine, non-modified, 100%. But it's made from the same feedstocks that biodiesel is made from. It's just better. Kind of newer, too. I think there's only 4 plants in the world that make it. 2 of them's in Louisiana, one's in Norway, and one is in the Philippines.
Well, the problem I always heard about biodiesel is it wears out like gaskets and seals and things like that really quickly.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you are doing a turnaround right now. Would that be something why you are having to do that? Is it because usually they do turnarounds every 7 years per unit, maybe a little bit more, but is that something that's legit?
No, for us, we're actually in the longest period. We haven't had to do a turnaround that's 9 months, and it's because of the catalyst we're changing out. The high metals and like phosphorus, iron, everything that's in our feedstocks fell out the catalyst. So you gotta actually jackhammer it, break it up, suck it out, and refill the reactors.
And for anybody who doesn't know what a turnaround is, so in industrial refineries and plants like that, every 7 years, or might be every fourth, they have to go in and they have to change valves. Valves get worn out, or like sections of pipe. You have product that moves through pipe, and so say the pipe is a quarter-inch thick or whatever. It gets worn down after time, and so they have to go back and cut it and replace it and keep it up to standards.
Yeah, so basically you stop making a product, completely shut down, clear all the lines, and do maintenance. And that involves changing catalysts as well. But yeah, pretty much.
That's the kind of stuff you do, huh?
Like I said, I'm the guy that does the actual footwork, the maintenance stuff. My buddy here is the guy that is the operator. He just turns valves, like yeah.
I don't change any pipe. I don't change valves. I just.
Well, that's what I was saying, Rizzo. You're not the guy changing pipes when it needs to get maintained and things like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I do. I'm a pipe fitter. I change the pipes and stuff like that. But there's the guys. So I'm a contractor. So I don't work directly for the plant. I'm contracted by the plant to do the work. My friend here works for the plant and sets up permits and stuff like that. He's actually in the operations. He's an operator. He does the operations, make sure everything does what it is, and I'm just there to do maintenance.
So you got a desk job in an office there, Gary?
Oh no. I mean, granted, we don't do a whole lot. We're just there in case something goes wrong. We adjust the flows because, all the things in these kind of plants, they're based on certain temperatures, flow rates, and all that. So I'm the one who goes out and I'll put a quarter turn on a valve, just to adjust the flow a little bit to make everything on spec.
Quarter turn on a valve.
Yeah.
I know you get your job.
Well, I mean, you got things like right now. This is my first day off in, 13 days. Come on now, I'm working hard.
I've been wondering where you've been, actually. Like, you seem to have to go move around a lot from what I hear.
Well, I'm not moving. It's just a turnaround, a shutdown, if you will. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of Rizzo's running around, so we got to make sure they know the scope of their job and make sure nothing messes up.
So is that most of your job, making sure the Rizzos of the world don't screw up too much?
That's a very big part of it, because like the Rizzos, the contractors, they don't know the plant like we do. We know what's in a pipe and all that, so we have to give them the job, make sure they know how to do it safely, and make sure they do it safely, I guess.
Yeah, because like if it's up to us, it's just like, change this here, there. Sometimes you have to be under fresh air, because there's very toxic, like H2. Do y'all have H2S in y'all's plant?
Yes.
Yeah, so H2S, like if you take one breath of it, you'll die. Like you're dead. Like there's no coming back. You're dead.
So how do you feel, Rizzo, about the Garys on your job? Are some of them cool and some of them assholes? Or
I've worked at he works at a very small plant. I've worked at a lot of the bigger ones, Exxon, Chevron, Valero, stuff like that. And most of them are fucking retards. They, as far it's
here we go.
it's just kind of night and day. Like they're like, you know, I can attribute it back to like the military. You had the officers, and then you had the guys that actually did the work. You know, the officers were the guys that set up in the office and like delegated work, whereas like the enlisted guys actually did the work.
Yeah, I worked under a machinist for a while, and machinists versus the engineers, there's always a funny little back and forth.
See, we got engineers too. Our engineers are based out of Oklahoma, so they're in the plant right now because there's so much going on. And we try and mess with them as much as we can, just like the contractors try to mess with us. It's pretty funny.
Well, it's also you have like an engineer, and like so like I'll have like some prints, and it'll like say like this pipe needs to go here or whatever, and it's like, well, there's a fucking beam there, like, you know, like like the engineers sometimes like they're not out there, they just look shit up on a computer. They're not out there in the field and really see it, so it's like some of this shit is like, Jesus Christ, this shit's impossible. Like, what the fuck are these people thinking? They're just sitting behind a computer clicking away. And it's like, we're out here, like, actually doing the work, and it's like, you can't fucking do that. Like, there's a fucking beam, or there might be some, you know, there's something in the way. It just can't be done.
So the engineers work in a utopia. And the people on the ground have to deal with reality.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how...
Yeah.
I think that's how every engineer...
I would like to stand up for the engineers for a second. That it's not their fault that they don't know the situation on the ground, and a good engineer would walk through and see what's on the ground. But I mean, I'm not an engineer, I don't have that kind of education, but I imagine the shit they do is mentally is draining.
That's why foremen and good managers make the big bucks, because they have to turn that like utopian vision into a real world thing, and they have to interface between the engineer and the guy doing the work.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's not all the engineer's fault, just most of it.
The job I'm on right now, because I'm not working at the job where he's at. I'm working on new construction. I'm working on like a new plant, like building a plant, and it's a joint venture between an American company and a Japanese company, and so all the engineers are Japanese, and those motherfuckers have there's zero tolerance. You know, they have zero tolerance. But because this is like new construction, there's not a lot of the background checks that you usually have to get to do like in like a refinery or like a plant that's already active. And so they hire in a bunch of Mexicans and foreigners and shit like that. And so, I mean, I'm not saying it's just the Mexicans, it's white people too. They want to slack off or, you know, not do it too. I was taught to be a good quality craftsman, and to have integrity, to do the right thing when nobody's watching. Like, you can, oh yeah, I can get away with doing this job this kind of way or not. But I was taught to do it the right way no matter what. But there's a lot of fucked up shit, and that's actually what I'm working on right now, is fixing a bunch of people's fuck ups.
And yeah, that happens. You got to think of the scope of a job of building a brand new plant from the ground up.
Well,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the thing that the engineers always complain about. I studied engineering in school, and yeah, we go through these slides upon slides of people doing all types of retarded shit. All these contractors. I was studying like residential at the time. All these contractors doing like just the most retarded shit you could possibly imagine. Like,
yeah, so you understand. It's the same shit, just on a kind of a bigger scale. Same shit, just a little bit of a bigger scale.
Yeah, the problem is when you get these hard-headed personalities, and it goes for contractors and it goes for engineers that like aren't willing to budge, where, you know, they're the only person that can do right. You got to find people who can compromise a little bit.
I had to build a warehouse a while back, or rather, I had to put 2 floors of pallet racking up, and it drives you fucking nuts when, literally, if you go off by a millimeter at the start, then you're off by 10 centimeters at the end. Yet you have a bunch of people working, doing the labor, who's just like, oh no, that'd be good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. Just it's not worth fucking around to try to get it perfect. That's good enough.
Yeah, and then further down the line, you're fucking.
Add weeks of work onto it.
Yeah. Well, your whole centimeter, millimeter thing, it kind of sucks, but like it's also like I've also like this last job I was on before this one I was at was all in millimeters, and like this guy was explaining to me, he was like, it's kind of fucked up, because we have to convert everything to inches because that's what we know. But he was like, but really, millimeters and meters are like way better because they're exact. Whereas far as us, we have feet and inches. So I'm looking at, I'll pull a tape measure out. I'm pulling out, I'm looking at something might be 3 inches and 5/16, or, you can't even get, what if it's in between 5/16 and, whatever, but millimeters are more exact.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole metric system. It's maybe not more exact, but it's precise and easier to convert.
Yeah, it's all based on 10. Yeah, like I said, I studied mechanical engineering, so I had to just constantly convert from metric to imperial, just like everything within the same equation 5 or 6 times. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
2.65 or 2.6
It's a pain in the
or
ass
2.54.
It's a pain in the ass at first, but once you get used to it, it's really just becomes second nature, and you kind of flow between the two pretty effortlessly once you get yourself used to it.
What used to fuck me up on the prints in the last job is that there wouldn't, because like you have like a foot is like 1 dash and inches or 2 dashes. There's no significance for meters to millimeters. It would just have like a number, and so you just had to assume like, oh, if this is in a thousands, if there's 4 fucking numbers, it must be in millimeters. But if it's only in two numbers or 2 or 3 numbers, it's got to be meters
or centimeters.
Or centimeter. I think it was centimeters, not. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the metric system, you would have to have what it was, right? CM, MN.
Yeah, it'll be marked M, CM, or MM.
No, on our prints, I've taken pictures of the prints and I posted. I mean, I might look them up and post them again. But there was no there's no designation between meters, centimeters, millimeters. It was just kind of.
Well, you're gonna know whether you're looking at like a floor plan or like a nut and a bolt. So you're gonna know if it's meters or centimeters.
Well, there's also a base unit, right? Isn't it the meter? So if they were using like the base meter, then it would have a couple zeros before it to signify a centimeter.
Well, no,
right? Am I right?
The things were that with our meters that we're looking at coordinates. You know what I'm talking about? So like, Gary, like you have like your columns, there's 20 feet between each column. So like if you're trying to find like a line, it would say so many feet north, so many feet east. It'd be so many meters north, so many meters east. So we knew if we were looking for our coordinates, it would be that, and then like, 563.000,
Nah, bro, I don't know. I just turn vowels for a living.
Yeah, it was probably meters, I would guess.
That's what I'd imagine.
Well, when they were going between like columns to columns, because that's also like how you dignify like where you're at. What also fucked me up was like elevation. Like, so you would think like ground elevation, like the ground that you're standing on would be 0, but no, it's not. Like, so ground elevation at the last job I was at was 100 meters. So it was like almost 300 feet. So if you look at your prints and you convert it to American or whatever, so say if you're looking for a pipe that's 20 feet above the ground, it would be fucking 320, and then you have to subtract the 3. It just got confusing. That's how shit gets fucked up.
But I mean, the metric system is way easier to use than the empirical system, in my opinion.
Yeah,
as an American, I agree with that as well.
But that's weird because like we're Americans, but we don't use the metric system here.
Well, anybody who does high-level science or physics does. Like engineers and scientists use the metric.
If you need precise measurements, you have to use metric over imperial.
Yeah, all of our temperatures are in centigrade or Celsius.
Yeah, anybody measuring anything really, really big, really, really small, or very, very precisely is using the metric system in America.
Well, like when I was in the Marine Corps, like what I did was artillery, and we had to be like more precise as far as degrees. So like there's degrees and there's mils, and I think there is 6,400 mils within 360 degrees. But that's like just in a circle. It's not like any
You're
distance.
talking about a 360-degree angle, so it's not quite the same thing.
Well, degrees have degrees, minutes, and seconds, so you can actually get pretty precise with degrees.
How does the minutes work? So is that like when they're talking about, like, I've always heard like somebody like on a ship, they're like, oh, we're like 464
it's basically
minutes.
It's just basically fractions of a degree, basically, like in between, 180 and 181 is like a minute and a second designation.
Yep. Yeah.
Why would they make
accurate.
it? Why would they make it time? Like that's what's fucking people up. Why would you make it a time thing? And why do we have the same words for two different things?
Yeah, it's okay, man. That's just what they named it. I don't know why.
Nautical terms, like, because there's also like knots. Like, how many knots is there to like a mile per hour?
It's like 1.1 or 1.2. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I would off the top of my head, I was thinking 1.3, but even 1.2 would be.
Well, why can't there just be like a global? I guess because we're not globalists. That's why. Why can't there just?
The knot was made whenever they measured a knot by a rope. They would throw a rope in the ocean with a couple knots in it.
Really? Like that's how like how like.
Yeah, the way that you'd measure it, you'd put knots in a rope, but every so often you'd chuck the rope into the water, and you'd essentially see how many knots would get passed over a certain period of time.
So you just had old Billy Bob just fucking tying knots and rope and throwing it off the fucking side of the ship, and like, oh, that's one knot. Oh, that's a two.
Yeah, pretty much.
You'd have a standard measurement that was established. I can't remember how it was established though.
What's the ancient Egyptian? It's supposed to be like your forearm from like your elbow to your wrist or whatever. Isn't that like a something? Wasn't that a thing?
You mean phi, golden ratio.
Yeah, like supposedly your foot is the exact measurement from your elbow to your wrist.
Well, yeah, but I mean, different people have different sized feet. So, I mean, look at the fucking Dindus.
Yeah, but it's a ratio, so your forearm would be longer if you have bigger feet.
It's not exact, but the formula is A plus B equals C, C plus B equals D. That repeats forever.
Wait, so did you say Pythagorean's theorem, or are you talking about something else?
No, it's called the phi ratio. It's essentially that the distance of the first part plus the second part equals the distance of the third part, and then the distance of the first two parts, A and B together, which is the new, C plus B by itself equals D. So this is the ratio repeats constantly, and in the human body, apparently, if you average it out over large populations, then it ends up being that everybody's measurements something kind of this. It's the same measurements you find on a spiral. You're almost
proving the point that fucking aliens built the pyramids.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. That's a fucking leap and a half, man.
What do you mean?
I think he's right on with that one.
So how how else did the pyramids get? I mean, they were like 40-ton blocks of fucking not limestone or whatever. Like, how did they pull them?
I don't know my Bible, but didn't the Jews do that?
No.
Yeah,
that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
It was never the Jews. It was.
But is that what the Bible claims? Is that it?
No, we're not getting to that one. We're talking about fucking that aliens built the pyramids. We're talking.
Yeah, if you say the Bible 3 times in a row, Leo Pirate shows up.
Stone Mexican guy wouldn't let me on his stream because he was afraid I was going to go off on that dude again. Gary, I needed you for backup. You butt fucked me, bro.
Bro, I was working. I couldn't help it. I'm on nights, man.
When it comes to the modern theories of the pyramids, It's fuck. I just screwed up in this game.
There's
when it comes to my
nobody.
theories,
I don't think there's any modern theory. Everybody's just kind of like, we don't know, but we're gonna
there's tons of
guess.
theories.
No,
There's
there's
just, you don't know for
definitely
sure.
there's good theories, man. I mean, look, if you have 10,000 slaves build
Wasn't slaves,
something
Whitney.
over 40 years, no, they weren't. You're right. I'm sorry I used that word.
It was soldiers. It was the soldiers.
No,
when
they were
off
skilled
duty.
craftsmen that
They
were
were
paid by
paid-
beer. They were paid by beer. They were
yes.
skilled craftsmen.
Look, you have
They weren't paid by
10,000
beer. They made their
people.
own beer.
You have 10,000 people that are paid a decent wage over 40 fucking years. They can do some miraculous things. 40 years, man. That's just a number I pulled off the top of my head. You want to build something?
Do you
It comes
believe?
down.
Do you
I heard
believe?
the Great Pyramid of Giza took 200 years.
Do you actually
Sounds-
believe
no,
that they said that the pyramids were like
building that
glass?
Pardon?
No, it wasn't glass, but it was supposedly
No, it wasn't
more
glass, but it was
shiny, splendorous.
yeah. But like
apparently
all
they
they had back
mosaic
then was
tiles
copper.
on the outside of the pyramids that were all carved, which
Well,
is pretty impressive.
All they
Yeah, I
had back
agree.
then, apparently, to the times, was like copper. So the whole thing is like, how could they cut blocks that, whatever, with copper?
Water.
A lot, yeah. Water. Exactly. You pour water in something, it's just like a mechanical lathe. You put water on it, it cools the cutting bit, and then you just fucking rub a whole lot, and then your cuttings become the cutting edge, and it cuts.
I don't know, man. It's fishy. It's fishy to me.
Look, there's still the quarries to this day that show how they did it. They drilled down, then they cut between the drill bit holes, and then they lift up a giant
So you're
rock.
saying the ancient Egyptians had like drills and bits and all this shit? I mean, it's like, where was this loss of technology?
There
I
wasn't.
think they had copper tools, I believe, right?
Yeah. Copper beats rock every day. You might have had to
copper-
But
have
it
a
copper
doesn't-
beats
it doesn't beat
sandstone and
steel.
limestone. Yeah, but they weren't making the pyramids out of steel.
No, they didn't need steel because they didn't have to cut steel. They were cutting pretty porous rock, soft rock. They weren't going through, steel. It was rock.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a archaeologist and stuff like that, but it's still like I think there's a lot of things about ancient Egypt. I think there's a lot of stuff that was burned in the libraries of Alexandria that they didn't want us knowing about.
Ah, man, that's a conspiracy theory all the way. Look at all the people you work with.
Wait, hang
They're
on.
pretty dumb.
When you say they don't want us to know about it, who is they?
The Catholic
Jews.
Church. No. The Catholic Church.
Okay.
The Catholics are the ones that went in and burned the libraries of Alexandria.
Man,
They're the ones
I
they
don't-
stole a bunch of shit. Dude, to me, the Catholics are just as bad as the Jews.
I'm not
Really?
positive. Look, I'm not positive.
Catholics
But
are
I
bad?
think-
That's news to me.
I'm almost 100% positive that the pyramids were built before Catholicism.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but
most definitely.
he's saying the knowledge lost in Alexandria was deliberately covered up by the Catholic Church.
Dude, it's not like all of these people's knowledge was bottled up in this one library. I mean, come on.
No. Wait. Why do you say? Wait.
There's a lot.
Why are you saying it's not? Why are you saying it wouldn't be? Like, no, you're
the
fucking crazy for thinking it wasn't.
The
Where-
stonemason that made the pyramids didn't just give away his knowledge and bottle it up in a library. Come on, man. Like, that shit
That's
spreads.
exactly what the fuck happened. No, it didn't spread
Yeah.
worldwide. It stayed in Egypt.
Got kept into a secret in the Freemasons, and that's why they have occult powers
Oh
now.
my goodness.
That's why they run the world. They're Illuminati, Gary. Come on. No?
No, I'm telling you,
I
like
think
how
Gary
would
Follow Jay-Z.
how would how would that technology why were the ancient what's the period gap between the ancient Egyptians and the Greeks? Because the Greeks were before the Romans. Riddle me that.
What? I don't really know. Does anybody else know? When were the pyramids built?
The
It was
pyramids
in
were
BC.
supposedly built around 2500 BC.
Yeah, so.
And I guess the Roman Empire was like in its infancy around 500 BC. Is that right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
I would say that.
there's about a 2,000-year gap, and so of course there weren't Egyptians that were like, oh, we're gonna go share this. There wasn't travel. There wasn't travel back then, so they had to keep it
They
in
were
one
on
place.
like the 40-something dynasty by the time like Rome was getting going.
Exactly. So I just no. So like the libraries of Alexandria that were burned down during the Crusades, which was what, like 450, 48 or 800 AD.
Yeah, by then, fucking Rome was building glorious aqueducts and stone roads throughout most of South Europe.
But it wasn't anything comparable to what the Egyptians had done.
Come on, some of their the Colosseum. Come on.
I'm not saying they weren't great. I'm just saying that there seems to be there was an influx of we'll call it craftsmanship, and then it died out. It's almost like they started back from zero.
I disagree. Like, look, the pyramid is enormous and splendid. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a bunch of rocks piled up on each other. It's nothing like what Rome was doing. The Colosseum, the fucking great works they had going on, that took real engineering.
Yeah, the Romans weren't focused on like pouring all their resources into these singular monuments. They were focused on expansion and conquest and building this kind of homogeneous empire.
But still, they had to work up to overpass them. That's what I'm saying. They had to work up to overpass them when they first started out and shit, which was thousands of years later.
The Egyptians weren't really relevant as a military power by the time Rome came to power.
And you're acting like the pyramids. Like, granted, they are exact and they are impressive for their time, but you have like 7 rooms underneath this enormous pile of stones. And that's what the pyramids ultimately are. They're a pile of stones. They ain't anything truly out of the time. It's not like some great engineering marvel. I take that back.
Interesting project from social engineering, sort of, to be able to build a society where you can focus that many resources into this one singular, ultimately useless project. Like, that says something for your society and how stable it is at producing excess labor, excess food.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of put my foot in the mouth on that one. Yes, the pyramids were a great engineering marvel, don't get me wrong, but it's not even, it doesn't hold a flame to what the Romans were doing. They were building entire civilizations and connecting them and keeping them all fed.
And extracting wealth from them at the same time. They're
yes.
collecting taxes that whole time.
Bleeding them dry. You got to have some major logistics to do that. So it wasn't aliens, Rizzo.
It's always aliens.
My bad, I had to go pee.
Yeah, it wasn't aliens, it was the Illuminati, and that's why they were.
God damn it. The fucking Freemasons. They did it all.
The Freemasons.
No, well,
Did you guys know
that was the Catholics. All right, so riddle me this. So, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, guys. I'm just playing devil's advocate. So why were pyramids something that was made in, Asia, South America, all over the globe?
Because stacking things in a semi-triangular shape is the easiest way to stack up a higher building without it collapsing under its own weight.
Absolutely.
That's
yes,
true.
thank you. That was elegant, short, and sweet.
I like that. I like
I
that.
mean, the reality is, like, all these things that came out of just ease and necessity. A lot of them, as well, had later generations taking credit for things. Like, if you look at the Great Pyramids of Giza, there's completely different construction methods that are used for the King's Chamber and for the base of the pyramids than are used later on. They have, on the insides, there's hieroglyphics that are a completely different language that from what was around in the later periods where they claim built them. I mean, it's very unlikely, at least in my mind, that the Egyptian people who claim that they built the pyramids actually built them. Most likely, it was a project that was started long beforehand and it was finished later on by
Aliens.
soldiers. Oh, damn aliens. I mean, hey, there's always that theory of the face on Mars that was that Martians colonized Earth and they were actually an alien species from Mars. Of course, since we
don't feed them. Don't.
So how did they get the blocks to the top of the pyramid?
They built a big ramp and put
the
logs
theory is that they
underneath.
ran around it.
Yeah, with the logs underneath the stones, and then they rolled it.
Where were they getting logs from if they were in the middle of the fucking desert?
Probably
They
where
floated
they
them
got
up
the
the Nile.
stones from. They
Well, you're talking
didn't
about
just
4,500 years ago too, so that the ecosystem
There
there could
was,
have been pretty drastically different.
Yeah, like the Europeans have almost completely raped all of Europe's forest. Thousands of years ago, Europe was forested. It's not anymore.
Where's the director?
Well, like, the other thing about that is that you got to realize he's been working.
Yeah, director says he's out working for like a couple of weeks. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but like the Rizzo, look at the Nile River, right, and how it's navigable with just using pole boats, and think about how easy it is to just put one raft with a big ass stone on it, and then send it up the river. You only need 2 guys to do that after you get it onto it. The same thing with trees. It's a very feasible thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Africa. They don't have to go very far south to hit legitimate jungle. You know, there's trees all around.
I've never thought about the Egyptians because I've never. I don't think the Egyptians are black. I've always kind of figured they're Middle Eastern.
Not.
But I would not. I would not think that they traveled that south. They never went to the fucking Congo and fucking cut down trees.
I guarantee you they did, or they would have if they had to.
Look, you look at the Numidians, for instance, which conquered Egypt. I forgot which year, but they ended up conquering it before, and that's after the technology went down. That's why they had black-looking pharaohs, etc. They had contact with all these people down there as well. They were able to go all the way down the Nile very easily, and they just didn't extend their kingdom down that much further because, well, the only way to really sustain a large population in Egypt was to be on the Nile, because then that way during the ebbs and flows of the river, you could end up actually having sustainable crops.
I thought the Gulf. I thought the Nile ended to the Persian Gulf.
That's one end of the Nile, but you know how there's 2 ends of.
Well, isn't the other end north?
The one of the ends of the Niles goes out. I forgot which area it is, but it goes
Doesn't
basically
the
up
Nile
north.
actually split up into, like, doesn't it fork?
Yeah, but that's pretty far south for the most part.
Okay.
Wait, so how far south does the Nile River go?
It depends. Even scientists haven't truly found the quote unquote start of the river, but it goes probably close to halfway through the continent.
Yeah, there was
really
actually
fast.
there's some documentary in like the early, I don't know, 1800s, or there was like all these explorers all searching for the source of the Nile. They're all going to all these different mountains in like Sudan, and I don't know. It was an interesting.
There's also a Top Gear special.
Yeah.
It goes really fucking far. How much of it you consider a legitimate river? Probably the top
quarter.
It's probably fed
Well, like
by a
any
lot of
big
different
river,
sources.
yeah, it's got a lot of tributaries.
Yeah. Either way, trees are not as much of a concern as it is putting a 40-ton block on a wooden raft. Like, they could do it because they had nothing else to do. They were paid to do it, so they did it.
What you got to remember about that area is that there wasn't as much specialization of labor as there is nowadays. So there's a lot of people that essentially didn't have much to do, that were essentially drafted into the military. But when you weren't fighting a war, what do you do with these people?
You make them
We either
build
say,
you enormous monuments.
Exactly, because if you just let them go off and do their own thing, well, you don't need this many farmers in an area which has like the Nile, which has reproducible crops. And if you just let them go off and do their own thing, well, they end up getting drunk, they end up going and fighting, they end up just fucking up your kingdom. It's similar to one of the motivations for the Crusades was to send all the Crusader knights that were essentially just causing shit throughout the country off to actually give them a war to fight.
What's in this picture Goomish just posted in the chat? What is Sinai?
The Sinai.
The Sinai Peninsula. It's part of Egypt. They fought.
Well, it was part of Israel for a minute there.
For
Wait,
what?
is
Like,
Canon Israel?
Oh wow! I wish I knew about that story. You make that. You guys, someone has to explain that.
What? Which one?
This is the 6-Day War. Yeah, Google that.
Yeah, they took it all from Egypt, and
that's when the
pretty much butt fucked the entire Middle East. It stole a bunch of land. That's why.
That's when the
you got the
infamous
Gaza Strip.
USS Liberty incident happened during the 6-Day War.
And it was literally a 6-day period. This shit happened.
Yes, they
you've
fucking
never
steamrolled
heard
the
about, like,
entire Middle East.
They fought like 6 Middle Eastern countries at once, basically.
Yeah, these 6 Middle Eastern countries basically all did a attack at the same time against the Jews, and they ended up winning.
They didn't just win; they butt fucked them, stole their land. It was fucking awesome.
I think it's controversial. They say it was a war of self-defense. I think Israel had their hackles up. They kind of had a military posture, and then they said they struck preemptively. It's controversial how it started, I think. But the official
there were 6 mobilized militaries against them, dude.
Yeah,
they had mobilized their forces. They can't say it wasn't a defensive war in that sense.
Jordan was like, "Look, we're with you, we're with you, we're with you," and then even they fucking started it. So I mean, come on. Yes, Israel was poking the fire, but you can't fucking deny a defeat like that. They raped the Middle East.
No, there's no question about that. But Arabs suck at fighting.
Wait,
absolutely.
At this time, was America giving them a lot of money already? By this time?
This was post World War II, wasn't it?
Yes.
This is 1967.
They weren't even like legitimately a country for a generation. So yes, the U.S. was pumping money in, but you're talking like 6 million people.
Wow. So the alliance between Israel and America is like really fucking new, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
It's been around.
I'm not too caught up. I mean, I know Israel's not like an actual. I mean, it's a I know that there's obviously like a what is it called, a disagreement over where the borders are between like Israel and Palestine and whatever.
And that all started from the 6-Day War because Israel stole all. Well, I wouldn't say stole. They conquered that land in that war. And everybody's like, "Oh no, you have to give it back." And they're like, "Nah, dude, I ain't giving shit back."
Yeah, well, they got attacked.
I mean, Gary's always in there for the Jews. Gary loves the Jews.
Look, the Jews are white, in my opinion. They may be evil, but motherfuckers know how to fight a war.
No, dude, you can't say Israeli Jews are fucking white. And like, there's like, dude, I was watching a Netflix movie, like a piece of shit. Vape, quit hitting the fucking bong, god damn it. But I was watching a fucking.
I just spit my beer all over myself.
Oh shit! I thought I was using push to talk. My bad.
Fucking stoner. You sound like Gilgamesh.
No, but I was watching a Netflix movie the other day. You know, and they're better than like made for TV movies, but it's like made for Netflix movies or whatever. And like the thing is like a bunch of high school girls and like they're about to graduate high school and they're all being sluts and it was all being like slut feminist power or whatever.
Yeah.
But like this chick got asked out.
Oh god, I saw that movie.
This chick got asked out by this dude to go to prom with her, and the dude was like playing a ukulele, and he was like, "I'm a Jew, you're a Jew. We should go to prom together because there's not a lot of Jews." And I was like,
What the
"Gee."
fuck?
Wait, did they go to prom?
No, she ended up like fucking. I couldn't tell
Let
the
me
chick.
guess, going to the black guy.
I couldn't tell the chick was a Jew, but like that whole scene was hilarious because the dude just like it was funny, you know, it was like a funny like high school rom-com or whatever. But the dude was like, "I'm a Jew, you're a Jew. We should go to prom together because there's not a lot of Jews." And I was like, "Well, I fucking wonder why."
Yeah, with a game like that, then they're going to be reproducing fast.
I don't think the actress was really Jewish. I mean, she got naked. You got to see her titties and shit. By the way, the movie on Netflix is called Dude. If anybody wants to check it out, it's actually pretty good.
It's fucking awful. Don't watch it. No, it isn't, man.
Alright, thanks for steering me away from that cooked.
It's not good. My girlfriend started watching it, made me start watching it, and I ended up. She got mad at me, but there was no way I was going to shoot through that entire shit.
Did you think that chick was a Jew? She doesn't look like a Jew.
I missed that scene, dude. I was
No, the main character of the movie, the dark-haired chick, she's Jewish.
She's probably a little bit Jewish. I mean, it's hard to tell with females, unless they're like full.
I do love me some Jews.
I'm with you there, brother. I love a Jewish woman.
No. I'm not gonna. I don't like Jews, but like
Something about like a petite, like dark-haired Jewish girl with big titties.
Quit talking about Shapiro's sister. You're talking about Ben Shapiro's sister.
Yeah, I am actually. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This.
Like, no one can deny that Ben Shapiro's sister is fucking hot.
Yeah.
It's just what the fuck went wrong with his genes? Because I'm pretty sure she's taller than him too.
Well, somebody had to get the bad genes, and she got all the good ones. I swear.
I gotta think for chicks with big noses.
Right in the ass.
I kind of do too.
I've always like Gary's seen my wife. She's got a big schnoz. I've always I didn't even relate that to Jewish, whatever.
Well, you know, my wife has a big schnoz.
I mean that goes in the whole same thing. The people
too. So maybe I'm just a sucker for the Jews. Maybe they bred it into us.
But what's the same? We have very similar taste in women.
Someone
we
get
like
Diogenes in here.
Somebody Gary, you and me have very similar taste in women. That's why you've gotten so fucking jealous and pissed off at me over bullshit.
Hey, Gary, are you looking at chat? What do you think about that?
Oh, I'd suck a fart out her ass. I ain't gonna lie.
You would impregnate?
Absolutely. You gotta breed that fucking hook out of her.
Hey, Gary, can I dox?
Oh God, man, no, your kid's gonna have to.
Gary, can I dox your ex-girlfriend?
Oh God.
Not without a permission, dude.
Not dox, but just say say a first name so you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about, or starts with N.
Yeah, god damn it. A first initial's plenty.
Yeah, dude, I had the biggest crush on her.
I know, she was pretty sexy.
Yeah.
She was a slut, too. I loved it.
Was she a Jewess?
No, we don't have Jews down here.
I don't think so, yeah. I don't think we have any Jews. Not a lot of them, at least. But she did absolutely have the Jew nose and dark hair. Dude,
but that's so
just
attractive.
Like a Jew.
That's so attractive, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But I always have a thing for blondes. I've always had a thing for blondes.
I don't like blondes myself. Brunette's the way to go, man.
You know, it's kind of scary though. I dated a girl who was part Jew, but she actually had a tiny, cute little nose. So I couldn't tell until she told me.
Oh,
Maybe
you
she
need
was
to
a
get rid of
quarter.
that bitch. If they ain't got the Jew nose, they're not worth it.
Yeah. What like do you think that's indoctrinated? Like do you think like the nose well, they say it's a Roman nose, right? So is it more is there a
No, it's
correlation
different. The
between
Roman
Like
bridge.
the Roman bridge is where you have the upper part of the nose that sticks out more. The Jews have the more the hook nose. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, like the
But I
Roman
mean-
bridge, it's definitely different. Like if you look, I'll see if I could find something.
Yeah, I would need some picture difference because I was thinking the bridge kind of arching outward was the Jew nose, but maybe I'm not a Jew lover.
well, there's also the flat. You know how it comes out because it might arch out a little bit, but it'll be flat at the top. But I mean, is that a Roman?
To be honest, I've never heard of a Roman nose.
Are you serious? You never heard of a pug nose or a Roman nose?
What's a pug?
Somebody that doesn't have a Roman nose, like somebody whose like nose is like kind of popped up at the tip.
I'm not talking about the tip. I'm talking about the bridge.
Yeah, so you have a over and an under.
Yeah, this would be like a Roman nose. There's like a little bit of a bridge. Like
Yeah,
a
see, that's what I'm talking about. What's the hook nose then?
Okay.
The hook.
yes.
Oh man, someone show the hook nose, please.
Yeah, somebody Google search this shit because like I
Yeah,
don't want
I've
to.
just got some images for you.
By the way, Ben Shapiro's
So-
sister in those two pictures.
Ooh, hang on 1 second.
In those
Hey,
two pictures,
hey, Sparrow, can we play Trap or Not with Gary? That'd be so awesome right now.
Oh hell yeah,
trap or
that'd be
not.
fucking hilarious.
But yeah,
Oh
Trap
no,
Sleeper.
that's a Jew. Yeah, that's a Jew nose.
No, that's Roman. That's
Oh,
Roman.
God.
No, that's Roman nose. That's a Roman nose. Oh, that one there. Yeah, the one he just Giga posted is the Jew nose. So the one I posted is a Roman nose. You see how the bridge goes up? That's the Roman bridge. Similar to this is like an old statue of old Romans. The Jew nose is like this. See the difference?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
the Roman bridge almost looks like a broken nose.
Yeah.
And the
Come
Jew
to
nose.
think of it, I'm talking about the Roman nose because that nose is terrible.
well, I mean,
Yeah, the
it's
Jew
just
nose.
like all right. So like my ex-wife, like she's like blonde. She's got pale skin. I know she's got some fucking Irish. Her dad's got red hair, like English, like. But it's like so like maybe there's like so maybe back in the day, like when Rome like conquered fucking England, there was like some stuff in there. No. He's a Jew. Fucking Bob Dylan's a Jew.
I know.
Yeah, that's the Jew nose.
Yeah, fucking JOO. All right. So let's have a round of Trap or Not real quick.
Let me open up the folder. So Gary, here's
what
how this game's played.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
It's called Trap Sweeper. Essentially, I'm going to post a bunch of pictures. Half of them are going to be traps and half of them are going to be female. Giggle's gotten like 9 out of 10 correct. So he's currently the leader.
And hang on. The only one I misidentified, I said was
Don't
a
give too-
trap
don't-
when it
that-
was
yeah,
in fact a
yeah.
woman.
Yeah, don't give details.
So
Don't give details.
I was being extra cautious.
You
on my
fag.
run.
Hey, but
Actually,
but what if traps aren't gay?
No. We're not. We're beyond that. We
We'll
just want
get
to
to
see
that
what
after
you're.
the quiz.
Yeah.
After
yeah.
the quiz.
After the quiz.
Just do one that for 1 second because I just need to find one image to replace one of these ones because there's about one image that's way too small res.
Yeah, I gotta see this big fat lady wiener.
Yeah, and actually, I haven't taken this quiz either, so I guess I'll be able to. I'll go in it.
Wait, is it like a
Yeah, well,
website?
you both. No. It's this one that I always play with Discount Dankler when he's drunk, and then he ends up hating me for the next 24
I
hours.
I want to
Dankula
play.
does
I want to see if I can.
Discount
tell the difference.
Dankula does a very bad job at this game, for the record.
Half the time, I think he's
Yeah.
just fucking with us, and half the time, like I know he's serious. Like he's just usually just really drunk.
Are
He
you
would
talking-
legitimately fuck about 7 out of these 10 traps.
Ain't nothing
Even
wrong
after we've
with
told
that.
him they're traps,
Trap-
when he's drunk as all fuck, he'll say, "Oh, it's too fucking anyway."
Traps
Yeah,
aren't
he's
Oh,
like,
I
if I saw
fucking
her in
knew
the
it.
bar,
I knew
if
it,
I saw her
mate.
in the bar and the lights
I
were
knew
dark,
it.
oh, I need a cigarette.
I knew it. I knew it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give
All
a
right,
fuck.
so let me post these pictures. There's 20 of them, and basically here's how the game's gonna get played. You guys all just choose whatever emoji you want, just whether it's thumbs up or whatever, and you put one next to whichever ones you think are females, and like a down, it's like goes next to the ones you think are traps.
You can see who posted emojis.
Yeah, I can see you post the reactions on them. So basically, you post a reaction on the girls that you think that you fuck, basically.
That I
Yeah,
would
just
fuck.
put like an eggplant or whatever on the girls that you either think is female or you would fuck, whether it's a female or not.
Yeah, just choose your own
Oh.
emoji, whatever one you want.
So put an eggplant on them if I'd suck their wiener
Yeah.
or
A
smash their
frowning-
clam.
Yeah. Eggplant if fuck, frowning if not.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, whatever,
difficult.
whatever emojis you choose.
So
I'm
yeah,
not
just
very good at this game.
everyone choose their own emoji, and you can just put it next to it.
Should we analyze them one at a time, or should we wait for all the results?
No, I'm
We
gonna
should
do
wait for
one
the
by
results.
one.
Do it.
Eggplant on every single one.
They look good. Fuck.
All right, wait. Not just if you, not if you fuck,
Jesus.
not just if you fuck them. Put it on there
Oh
if you
my
think
god, you're
female.
an animal,
God damn.
Gary. Oh,
Oh, dude, you can
Gary.
see the dick on
Oh,
this one. What do you say? You see the dick on this one.
Gary.
Wait, I've hit one I'm not sure about. I don't know if I want to eggplant this bit.
I think I know which one you're talking about. The one in white?
Oh
Which
my
one?
god. You're a
No.
fucking
God.
animal.
All right.
I'd
So,
definitely
after
suck
you-
his wiener.
Jesus Christ. So, Rizzo, you do instead of doing eggplants, do something else so we can tell the difference between everyone's themselves. But afterwards,
okay.
Gary, I want you to go through
Gary,
afterwards and try to see if you can
we
pick up which ones are
we
males
need
and
to have a-
females, because I realize you're going
yeah,
to
we
say
need
you'd
to
fuck
have
every single one of these.
We need to have a talk.
No, I didn't fuck one of them. Thank you.
yeah, there was one of them that you wouldn't.
Two, no. I'd fuck that dude.
Wait, Adel Vapor, you gonna do some emojis or what?
I've been.
Yeah, he's
I've
putting
been
a
putting
do
some-
it. So are you putting do
Well,
it next to the
earlier-
ones you think
no,
are
no, no,
female, or
earlier-
ones?
Earlier, I was putting. Earlier, I was. You'll see that there's 2 eggplants on some of them, and then
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't feel like
put an
looking
eggplant
for
on
the
there.
eggplant.
No, if you put an eggplant on there, just take the eggplant away for now. And let Gary use the eggplants, just so I can tell the difference between who's done who, so I can make fun of you all afterwards.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do the do it faggot. That'll be fine.
So, do it faggots the one that you think are female, or the ones that you'd fuck rather?
I get no. Just think I think I'm female.
Okay, yeah.
Because there are.
Wait,
Because
y'all
there are
didn't-
some.
Look, y'all didn't lay down the rules. There's some I think that aren't female that I'd still
Yeah,
use
no.
this
Well,
eggplant
Gary,
to.
you can replay you can replay it afterwards with a different emoji. God damn it, dude. Okay, so you've done eggplant on. You finished your eggplants. Now, Gary, just choose another emoji and just put that next to the ones that you think are females, or the ones that you think are males. You choose. I don't mind.
Damn it! All right.
Just so I can, because that's the point of trap sweeping. You want to see if you can spot that there are traps. So if you were out at a bar, and these girls come up to you, whether you're going to go home that night and get a surprise.
I have a
Alright,
feeling
so I'm
100%
gonna
of these
give
girls.
the traps.
I've added all my emojis.
Hey,
Alright,
are
so it's-
100% of these girls traps? Is it 100%?
No,
Gary,
no.
Gary,
That was what I originally
I am
did to
never
Dankula.
going to a bar with you in my life.
Look, I'm willing to jump on the grenade.
You are a fucking animal.
Grenades, Gary. It's grenades. It's not grenade. It's
giggle,
grenades.
He really just put a
You want-
fucking.
You want to
You
go
really
too far with
and
Gary.
then the
Then you can
one.
give him the fat chick.
Why did you
Oh,
skip
I thought-
the tiny little girl? Why did you skip the tiny girl in the
Wait,
skirt?
which one? What are you talking about?
The tiny girl in the skirt.
No, guys, no table talk yet. No table talk yet. Let everyone make their own decisions, unbiased by each
Yeah,
other.
everyone get all your votes. and
Okay, I did the do it
then
faggot, and those are just the ones that I think are females, not that I would fuck
Yeah.
necessarily.
Okay, I'll tell you this. There are 10 females there, and there are 10 males there.
Jesus.
Oh, hold on, I
Alright,
actually.
wait, do you want me to tag the ones I think that are men that I would still possibly fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You've already
Pick a
done it with the
different
eggplant, dude.
emoji for those. Pick
Yeah,
a
no,
different-
Gary, I just want you to pick a different emoji. Like, Gary, I just pick a different emoji and go through putting them on the ones you think are female.
Okay, on the ones I think are female?
Yeah, because that's what everyone else has done. We just now know that you would almost fuck every single one of these
Yeah.
people. That's upsetting to me.
Jesus Christ, man. He just says like every single one. Swipe right. I don't
Hey,
give a
Rizzo,
fuck if there's a penis there.
Can you please screenshot this as well and send the recording and the screenshots to his wife?
No!
We're kidding, Gary. We're kidding. We wouldn't say you like that unless she's listening. All right, so you're putting the it's okay hand next to the ones you think are female, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I
And
put
Rizzo, you put a couple of eggplants on earlier. Have you changed all yours to the smiley face? The
no
yum
like
face?
no. Mine was the I did the yum face and the not yum face.
Wait, so
Okay.
Giggle Mesh is actually pretty good at this game, yeah? If you,
Yeah, well, he's
really?
played it before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
All
it this round. I've already seen all these examples, so I already know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we're done, let's just be done. Don't wait on
Okay,
me.
our votes are in. Our votes are in. Tell us who's.
Alrighty,
vote
so
in.
let's go up to the top and let's see who's done what. So the
The one
first
holding
picture
the
there
can.
is a female.
The one holding the can, right?
Yeah,
Pink bra,
that's
yeah.
female.
Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. 'Cause that one
should've-
appears.
Rizzo?
That one appears separate for me. Go on.
Female, hot female. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the one
would've
holding a
fucked.
can, she's a very attractive female, and apparently both Vape and Rizzo don't think she is.
Gary would fuck. Neither.
Gary would fuck. He got correct. The second
And
one is a male.
Fuck.
Wait, anal vape, Gary, and Rizzo all think the first one is not a female.
Well, I'll tell you this. The second one, even though it's a male, is more feminine looking than the first one.
Well, how do you know that's one? How do you know it's a male? We haven't discussed number two. We're still number
I just
one.
said the second one's a male. The second one's a male.
Son of
This
a
is very
bitch.
much a trap. Gary would fuck.
That second one is like one of the more
Rizzo
attractive
got
ones
that
here.
one right. Anal vape
Jesus
would
God,
fuck.
Vape, stop digging yourself a further hole. Just say
And Gary
fuck, screw
thinks
off.
that's a female. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong.
No.
But I would have laid pipe
I
to
think
both.
Gary would agree with me. Gary, number two, the one that's a male, is more feminine looking and attractive than the first one, right? And that's why
Are
we made
you
that mistake
are you
together,
serious?
right?
Fuck no.
That's why
No.
we both made that mistake, right, Gary?
No.
Yeah. I agree.
Rizzo, you said a frowny face
But
for the first one.
but
You said
I will
frowny face for the
say,
first one and the second one. So
I will say that the first one isn't showing me her neck, and the second one is, and I didn't see an Adam's apple, so she pulled the trap.
Right.
All right. What about number three? That's a
Definitely.
dude.
number 3 is a
Anal
clear
vape.
male. That's a definite
Anal
dude.
vape got that one
That's
right.
a female. That's a chick.
No, it's a male.
No.
Number 3, yeah, that's why you did frowny.
very
No, I said that's a male. That's a male, dude. That's a clear male. I said.
Okay. Yeah. That's a dude.
Yeah, she's got shark eyes too.
Although,
I wasn't
like,
feeling
I-
it,
I
but
didn't
I'd still
see,
fuck.
Please
It
tell me.
almost
tell me
worked.
number
It
four.
almost worked. It almost
Number
worked, but it's
four.
a hand.
Number 4 better be a
Gary
dude. I mean, it
and
better
Rizzo
be a
both
chick.
said would fuck.
Number
Number
four
4
is
is
a
a
male.
chick. No, number 4 is a chick.
Number four. All 3 said would fuck, and no, that's a dude.
Well,
No.
I'd still fuck.
Very convincing. Very convincing.
No.
That's a trap.
How do you know
That's
this?
a
Like,
trap.
you know for sure?
What? Wait. So what is
Yeah, I know
attractive
for sure,
about
because
that
when-
to you guys?
Probably the
All
masculine
right,
features.
the next one, the volleyball.
After hearing them talk. Yeah, that's a female with fake tits and a fake ass.
Yeah,
Fuck.
she's
And
unattractive
some photos.
regardless.
I think I just skipped over it.
But you
'cause,
still
like,
fuck her.
I wouldn't
Oh,
fuck her.
absolutely.
I wouldn't fuck that. I wouldn't fuck that. I don't think.
Are you gay?
I
Like,
would,
come on.
but it's gross. Come
If
on,
I
man.
if
problem
I
is, like,
if I ate
fake
her
ass
pussy
like
out,
that.
like she would like destroy my head with her thighs. She would pop my head like a grape with those thighs.
Pretty much. But like fake asses like that just
fake
don't
ass.
look good when they're not held together by the pants.
Yeah, and
the next
and
one
the
has to be a
tits.
guy.
Look, I'm
The next
a
one has to be a
tit
guy.
man,
Number-
and those
number-
tits are not attractive.
Number 5 is a chick.
Yeah, that's a chick.
Yeah, number 5 is a chick. That's the volleyball one. Number 6, the one with the red bra and panties, that's also a female.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I don't like
Well, that's-
bodybuilder females. I just don't.
I
Like,
don't
there's
either,
a reason-
but a tranny's gonna be a lot thicker than that. Women. don't
Yeah,
put
like
on-
the waist, etc. Like of a tranny, if they were that muscly, would be a lot thicker.
Yeah, look
Like
at the
arms,
arms and
etc.
the
The
waist.
hips.
Yeah, she's
But the hips
soft.
would
I
not
get
fit that.
She's
that.
got a lot more
Number
hips
7.
and ass and
All right, tell me the next one's a fucking guy.
No, number 7 is that guy that shot up that fucking store. What was his name? Eddie or Ed? What was his name?
I didn't even know about that, but yeah, that's a dude.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, which one?
No,
Are we
he was
talking
a YouTube.
zebra
He
print
was
or what?
the guy that left the manifesto. What's the guy that left his manifesto?
Elliot Roger.
Yeah, no, that looks like a chick version of Elliot Roger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Speaking of Elliot Rogers.
Let me tell you that. Yeah, so so we're up to number 7, which is the one on the bed, looking at the camera, long hair, partly see-through dress. That's a man.
Okay.
And Vape said he'd fuck that.
Wait,
Yeah.
where
Look,
we at? The one on the bed looking at the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the bottom
Yeah,
it
the
says
one after the
actress.
red.
It says
with the, like,
actresspicgallery.com.
The
Gotcha,
long
gotcha.
t-shirt and the white. Yeah.
Gary, let's
Yeah.
take
Gary
turns and let's go at the
Woodfuck.
same time on this one.
Rizzo called it a trap. Anal vape would fuck.
I would too.
Yeah, Rizzo got it
I
correct.
gave her the eggplant.
Well, you gave everyone a fucking eggplant except for 2 people. The next one, which is the bodybuilder chick. And yes, that is female, by the way. So
But yeah,
Rizzo,
but I
the
still
only one who
wouldn't
said yum.
smash.
And the other 2 of you were like, oh, fuck no, that's a tranny.
No, I didn't think it was a tranny.
Which one?
I just
Which
wouldn't
one?
fuck her. That's
Which
gross.
one?
Hey, you put
one
that
in the
weary,
order.
you put that weary emoji.
Yes.
You put that weary emoji there. So,
Yeah,
like, I
I'm
wasn't
weary of that grossness.
Yeah, dude, it looks like again with the thighs. It looks like her thighs would pop my head like a grape if I was to eat that puss.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
women are
it's
supposed
a
to be
woman.
feminine. She may
Yeah,
be
like,
a
that's a bit too
woman,
much muscle for me.
but
I'll
she
agree with that.
is a man.
Wait, the one in the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the
Yeah.
bodybuilder. That's
Yeah,
a
that
female.
one I only put
Please
the
tell
emoji.
me-
because
Please
I
tell me
wouldn't
the
fuck
next
this-
one. Please tell me the next one's a chick. She's got a nice, pretty, flat stomach. That's got to be a chick.
No.
Well, what do you guys think?
And
Rizzo
in the
says
bathing
chick?
suit, in
It's
the
not a
bathing
chick
suit,
because it's not
No,
a
no.
chick because it has
Anal vape,
the
what did you
V.
say?
there's no tuck.
It has the V. It has the V that a penis has. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
no, chicks have that too, man. I'm
No,
telling you
So
that.
Gary,
Those
what do you
tits
think?
look-
Hold
Those
on,
tits
hold on.
look fake, so I think it's a man. To be honest,
That's
I'd
female.
still smash. Oh,
That's female. The reason why, Vape, you're seeing that that V thing acting weird because look, one side of her bikini is pulled down further than the other side. That's why it looks lopsided.
Yeah, that's a chick.
see.
That's a sexy
Wait, what
chick.
about the
That's
one?
a chick
the
I'd
one
smash.
the one before her in the gym is a girl, right?
Yeah, they're both girls. Those 2 are both girls.
Okay.
Yeah, a
I only
man's
put
gonna
the
have a lot
emoji-
more size than that. If they're that fit, they're gonna have more mass. They're gonna be bulkier.
The
Yeah.
next,
Yeah,
the
more
next, the
shoulders.
next one, the one laying down with the tits. That's
With
a
the
dude.
tits, yeah.
That's
a
Definitely
dude.
a dude, but I'd still
Yeah.
fuck her.
But Rizzo, you put the yum face on there, mate.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my bad.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
wanna
mean. I
fuck.
didn't mean it.
So
Maybe I missed that one.
It's a dude that you'd fuck either way, basically.
That's a Freudian emoji.
I mean, like, would you not fuck that ass? Or titty fuck it?
No, the boy pussy.
No.
When
No, I will
there's
not
like
have sex
when
Does
there's a
she-
cock hanging
wait,
down
wait,
between it.
Wait. Is there a dick or not? I mean, well, I guess that's a trap. Like a
I'm
trap
pretty
has a
certain
dick.
there's a dick.
No, I
I mean,
yeah,
I
I
don't
wouldn't.
know because I didn't look for naked photos. I turned on strict safe search when I was searching for this shit, and then for the females, I tried to make sure to pick a bunch of them that were kind of misleading to fool people. The next one, though, I mean, in the white, we had a thumbs up from Gary saying female.
No, that's a dude. That's
A frowny
definitely a
face from
dude.
Rizzo, and no emoji from Anal Vape, so he thought it was a dude as well. Yeah, it's a dude. Gary,
Yeah, that's a dude.
I'd still fuck.
I knew it.
No.
We know you still fuck, but like you thought it was a dude. You thought it was a female. That's the problem.
No, I think the length between the belly button
Well,
and the
to be
downstairs
honest-
is too long. That's
Well, no,
that's how I pull it.
The fact that he wasn't spreading his legs, he's obviously either tucking or hiding.
No,
type of
I would
surgery.
say
I
the
see it
I would
there.
say
I see it right
the
there.
distance from the belly button to the groin is too long.
I can see it.
Also, the distance from the belly button to the
right
tits.
there.
But I mean, it
And
could be a
the
tall
fact that
guy.
like the
It could just be a
shoulders are
tall
so
dude.
wide, no, but the belly button would be in place.
Dude, it's
But,
too
like, the
hard to
shoulders-
tell. It's too hard to tell the.
I'd fuck that buff bitch. I don't care.
All right, so the next one in the black bikini,
That's
we had
that's an
frowny face from
Australian.
Rizzo.
That's an Australian trap, isn't it?
Well, you didn't have anyone think that was a girl, but yeah, that's a female.
God damn it.
That
Yeah, well,
That's a manly bitch. I know the next one.
yeah. So the next one, bending over.
And that's a sexy ass pose, but the ass just doesn't. That's a dude ass, but
you could see.
The ass
If
is not
they're-
belong to a female, and you can see a bulge.
Hey, who's this Tim Tam guy?
if there was a chick that was doing that same pose, like I imagine that it being like Sia, she's Australian. I could imagine her like that photo, how the hair is like. I see that as Sia, or like, and
Hey,
especially with the
Can
I'd
you
fuck the
drag
shit out of
up
her.
Tim Tam?
Do we want to expose him? Them?
Oh no, I know him. He's fine. He's just gonna
Yeah,
laugh at
I
you
mean,
guys for thinking
yeah.
all these people are dudes.
Yeah, I know.
So who's
I know.
who's this Tim Tam guy?
You'll see if he talks. Just drag
Yeah,
him
all
up.
right. So okay.
But yeah, so that one, the one with the shoes bending over, yeah, that's a clear dude.
Yeah, obviously. I'd probably still smash.
Why no eggplant, Gary?
But that ass isn't voluptuous enough. Like that's a sexy
That's
ass
a dude
pose.
ass.
I mean, if I put the right outfit on, I could look that good. I think. I
No,
mean,
bro, you gotta-
I'd wear, dude. I think I look
Rizzo?
sexy. I think I look
Rizzo,
sexy in
hey,
girls'
don't
clothes.
write checks in your mouth. The ass can't cash.
Dude,
Which one are
my
we
ass,
talking
no,
about?
my ass could cash that fucking check right meow.
I would totally.
The one with the big
eggplant
shoes.
Rizzo.
Right?
Okay. That's a guy.
Yeah, that's a guy.
I thought so.
The fucking the one with the black brassiere.
No,
Girl.
the one above it. All right, no. All right,
Oh,
so the one
with
below.
the zebra shoes.
Yeah, the shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
the
the
zebra shoes.
high tops. With the high tops. That's a dude.
Definitely a guy, but I'd pound that ass.
I have
in
no
line.
idea. Promote me so I can see the actual channels, guys, because I can't see what you're posting.
Shut up.
It's in Spurging. It's in Spurging. They're playing trap or not. And so far, Gary would fuck every single one of the traps and it's got half of them wrong.
I wouldn't have fucked the one woman
There we are.
that's too built, but all the guys that aren't too built, I'd smash. Fuck them.
Well, I'm
I'd
just going to add
smash.
some.
I'd smash. Fuck 'em, whatever.
The next one in the black.
Just give me a second. I'm just
Sure.
adding some emojis so I can have so I can make sure I've got the count right.
Oh,
The next one. That's
the buff
got to.
one in the black brown panties.
Yeah, that next one I didn't put an emoji, but I'm starting to think it's a girl.
The next one with the white brassiere or whatever, like the what do you call it? A corset, the white corset with the black with the black
No,
strip.
we ain't down there yet. Right? What's
Yeah,
Uh,
no, we're
that
on the
that
one
is
with the
the
black,
one.
the really muscular one in the black brown panties.
Yeah, no, that's a girl. That's definitely a girl.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm
wait.
pretty sure that one's a girl. I can't remember if it. off the top of my head. That's why I'm just making sure to get the count
Dude,
here.
you gotta be
The
on
one in
point
the
with
black
this
and
shit.
glasses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
That's still
really curious. The next one in the mini skirt, that's the one I'm most curious about.
That's a dude.
That's a trap. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
trap.
dude.
Are you fucking
That's
serious
a
right
yeah,
now?
dude. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
dude.
easily.
Yes.
Can you
Ain't
not
no
tell the
that
difference
probably-
between a man and a boy?
No,
That one
no,
probably has a bigger
that's,
dick than you.
That's one of the that's one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ!
Oh my god.
Christ, what the fuck are you doing to yourself?
Are you
Hey, you
kidding
know
me?
what? Maybe Gilgamesh's little op is working.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
I can't
Look
look
at
at the
the
face. I'm looking at
It's
it.
the
I'm looking
gimmick.
at it. That's a fucking dude.
Phase 1 0.
Oh my god, fuck you guys. That's a pretty girl face.
That's a man
I
face.
just
God damn.
Maybe
See, that's
if
the
they're
one
on
of all the
hormones.
other ones that I got wrong. This is the one that bothers me the most. This is the one I really
Look,
wanted to be a
in
girl.
solidarity with Zero, I eggplanted.
If
Wait,
you thought it was a girl,
Gary,
right?
Gary,
You
you
thought
said
it was a girl.
No, I
Gary,
knew it
you
was
said
a
you would
guy.
smash. No, you knew it was a guy, but you would smash
I put
anyway.
the upset face. In
Gary would
solidarity
smash
with
every single
Zero.
one of them.
Yeah, I would. I got dirty
still
dick.
smash. Who knows? I might.
All right,
still
what about
smash.
all right? What about the next one? That's I can't remember what I think that's a
The
dude.
girl with the sex shirt?
Yeah, that's a dude. No, her
You
look
put
look
the
look at her
frown in
abs.
prison.
Look at her abs.
Could be a girl.
That's
That's
still
a female.
smash.
Yeah, it looks pretty feminine.
That's
I
a
missed-
dude.
I missed
Yeah.
that one.
That's a dude. Look
That's
at the
female, dude.
abs. God damn it!
Look at the
That's a girl?
hips, though. Look at the hip to waist ratio.
Yeah,
Dude,
I got
everybody,
that.
no.
Yep.
Everybody always talks about this hip to shoulder ratio and shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I've seen
I don't
bitches with
believe
big.
in the hip to shoulder. I don't believe in that. I believe in the hip to waist ratio, though.
Yeah, but you got fat bitches. You can't.
No,
Or chubby
that's
bitches. You
an
can't.
hourglass shape. Look at them big mother-bearing hips. She's gonna squirt out quite a few kids. It's pretty
yeah,
obvious
so-
that she's a woman.
She
The
can
one with
have
the
like
glasses
3 kids
is
and like
female,
not even skip
by
a
the way.
day of work.
The
The
next
one with the
one.
glasses is female.
What about the
No,
next
no,
one? The
we know
emo.
that. You mean the muscly chick with the exercise, with the like in the salon or photo shot or
Yeah,
whatever?
the emo in stockings is like has to be a guy.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
that's
female.
it.
Oh, the emo stockings. Yeah, that's a dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody
I'm pretty
knows.
sure everyone knows a dude.
Jerry
That's the most
would
obvious
fucking
one.
I
There.
would still smash, but I knew it.
The only reason why I think it's a guy, because it actually looks pretty feminine. The only reason why I think it's a guy is because the aesthetic that they're going for is an older one. It is gonna sound weird, but I feel like modern traps are going for like older female aesthetics, like 2001 scene emo. You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
How the fuck do you like know this much about what traps like dress up as?
I'm just saying, like whenever I
When he was ostracized from Clown Town,
Whenever you're looking at
trap
traps,
server.
Whenever I encounter traps, they're usually going for like 2007 emo girl aesthetic.
Yeah, like
Jesus
Nikki
fucking
Bear.
Wait,
Christ.
wait, have we-
I know,
have
like, seriously, get your shit together.
Have we
Stop
talked about the
fucking-
emo chick? Have we talked
You need
about the
one-
emo
you
chick?
know what, fucking,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what
not an
we're talking
intervention.
about now.
Which one? The girl? That's a girl, like the one with like the leather jacket.
No, the one above that one was the one we're talking about, and the one with the leather jacket's a dude.
You reckon? Oh yeah. That's
And I know it's a dude because I found all these photos and I had them separated before I add them to the same photo.
Oh, called it, but I'd still.
Gary would fuck. Gary would
Yeah,
fuck.
definitely, no doubt.
All right, so the second last one, the kitchen, the one in the kitchen.
Definitely.
Dude
That's
or
a dude.
female?
That's a dude.
Female.
That's a dude.
That's a female.
Look at the fucking face. Look at the
No,
face.
no.
Look at the
no, I'm not saying it's
jawline.
pretty female. It's not. No, I don't care. No. She's making a sandwich.
female.
Female. Yep. Thought so.
Definitely.
Yes, female.
She's making a
Told
sandwich.
you.
Okay. No Trump would make a sandwich. Okay.
All right. What about the
And the
last
last
one?
one?
The last one has to be female. Has to.
She's got
Yeah, she's
nipples.
too
Look at those
good
big
not to be.
nipples. That's a chick.
Like that chick's too
Beautiful.
COVID not to be female.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so,
So, I got
I've just
about
went through that
half
quick.
right.
Wait, cunts. Am I the only one who likes the second one better than the last one? The second last one better than the
The
last one?
second.
No, the second
second
last
last
one,
one
she
is
is so
ridiculously hot.
dirty.
Are you into that?
Yeah.
I mean,
The
she
second-
looks.
the second-
She,
No, the second
It
last
looks
one
like-
is making
dude,
a
it-
sandwich, okay,
in that
Rizzo?
in that
You-
picture,
you need to
it,
get
no,
priorities,
in
mate.
that picture, it literally looks like there's a ball sack hanging down by her face.
Dude, look at the nose bridge. That
Guys,
bitch is
just look at the
hot.
sandwich.
No, this
I can make my own. Dude, I can make my own fucking sandwich. I don't need this to make a sandwich for me.
If I wanted to take one to bed for a one night stand, it'd be the second last one.
Yes.
But the third one's the one you make children with.
Are you kidding me? The third one. I missed
The
that.
third one you make kids with because the last one is the one after
The
that.
third one's a
is the one you make kids with.
transsexual.
Yeah, the
I
third
was
one is
fucking tired. I meant the
definitely a
last one.
trap.
No,
I
no,
meant
the
the
one
last
with the one
That
with
was
the
4 years
sex
to death.
t-shirt. The one with the
Okay.
sex.
The
Sorry.
sexy shirt is fucking amazingly hot as well. All right,
That's the one you make the babies with.
Okay,
no,
boys.
Baby is the one that
Boys,
can
Although
actually
she
shit
will
with
get really fat. That woman will get fat as fuck after you marry her.
All right, so
well,
boys,
the very last one.
No,
boys.
sex t-shirt. Sex t-shirt.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She'll be fat. She's got fat girl genes in her. I can see them.
So I guess the last question is,
Jesus
which one would you impregnate,
Christ.
everybody?
The one that's cooking a fucking sandwich so I can feed my kids.
I would go
All these
for
other females don't know how to cook.
Ballerina.
All right, boys. So we got one last topic we're going to talk about real quick because we went through the traps and stuff. Is intergalactic space travel? Will it ever be anything reasonable or not? Like, can we
Eventually, but not in our lifetime.
Not really.
All right,
Not unless we break the speed of light.
no, I'm not talking about in our
we'll do
lifetime.
something sooner or later.
But can we?
I think it's inevitable.
No.
Okay.
No, I
No. So we
disagree.
have necro. God damn it!
Did you
Fucking.
call me necro? Fuck you.
No.
Yeah, you're
No.
necro.
I was talking about Zero. So Zero says
Jimtown, my
yes,
name's-
we will be able to. We be able to fucking colonize the moon. We will be able to colonize planets. We'll be able to
No, not
colonize
the moon.
Mars. And
We will never do the moon. Maybe Mars, but not.
Why wouldn't we do the moon?
Why would you?
It's a waste.
Alright,
It's
Because
far more
there's
dangerous than Mars.
there's precious metals there.
No.
But why would you
because the
colonize
moon-
it? Why wouldn't you send robots?
Yeah. Like, Mars is way better. You do Mars instead of the moon because Mars actually has an atmosphere to protect you against
Okay,
fucking
so
sun.
how far do you think humans would really be able to go outside of the
In what
Earth?
time frame? In what time frame?
Yeah, give us a time frame.
In any time frame, because
Then yes,
Gary,
they'll
I'll
go
talk to
around the
you.
universe.
Anywhere, dude.
In the
But
next
it's like,
billion years? Yeah, probably.
No, because
Well, here's
Gary
the
has
problem,
told Gary has told me that we will never leave Earth. He sent me a YouTube link to a fucking dude that has a fucking stutter speech impediment. That it just that it won't be reasonable.
Have you watched this channel?
Yes, I have.
Watched this channel?
Yes, I have. Don't fucking back up on me. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just trying to bring relevant information to the topic I'm talking about.
Prevalent.
How does he have a stutter? Relevant.
He doesn't
No,
have a stutter. He has a
he has a lisp. He has a huge lisp. I know that guy you're talking about as well. He's the guy. He's
It's like
Isaac
something.
Isaac
something.
Arthur. Yeah. And
Yeah.
no, I think you said, will we have intergalactic travel? And that's completely different. I think we'll colonize the entire galaxy, but we can't go any further than that. We will absolutely leave this solar system, though.
No, I think we'll eventually colonize the galaxy, more than the galaxy, given enough time.
Wow, man, that space is so huge, so big.
Think about.
Oh, I disagree with all you guys on this.
Oh no!
Let's
do it as a real question to me, but that's not the point. All right, what do you think, Sparrow? You cunt.
I think that, okay, here's the problem. If we were trying to go to any star system that was a decent length away, unless we managed to essentially make warp technology, then by the time you send people there, everybody on Earth that you've left behind is dead in several generations past. There is nowhere to have communication, organization, etc. You can't really call it colonizing another place if by the time you get there, the Earth is done with, or the human race has probably destroyed themselves. And even if then, like, it's going to end up basically over a long enough period of time. Like, say if you go to galaxies, they're going to end up changing evolution. But even then, beyond all that stuff, I still don't think there's any point for most of these places.
How far
like,
away
to
is
colonize Mars? Why the fuck would they ever bother colonizing Mars?
How far away is Voyager right now? Do we know where Voyager is?
We do know. It just left the
10 years.
heliosphere.
10 years, man. 10 years.
10, yeah.
Wait, no. You're saying 10 years. So how far away is Voyager, and how long is the delay from us talking to Voyager?
It's like a day or
About
something.
10 minutes.
No, it ain't
Couple days
10
at most.
minutes.
I know,
It's
All
like
right,
a
how
day.
far is Voyager?
It hasn't even left the Oort cloud. It's still technically in our solar system.
Yeah, but
Just,
then it, like,
just give me a fucking
recently-
planet. I don't know what the
It
fucking
recently-
Oort cloud is.
It's
It
hard.
passed
No,
Pluto
how do you
recently, I
determine
think.
that?
It very recently left the
It left our solar system.
heliosphere.
Oh, our sun. Yeah, left our place.
Or
Okay,
our-
I got you. I have you. I have your answer.
our
Rizzo.
solar
You want to
system.
know how many? You want to know how far it is away?
I mean, I could Google it.
It's 11.7 billion miles away.
How long does it take a radio transmission to get from
17 hours.
Okay, about a day, like I said.
Wow, that's
That's at light
for
speed.
being that. Yeah, for being that far, we can send radio signals out there.
Yeah,
you
it's
guys-
Yeah,
still
there's nothing
sending
in the
back
way.
information.
That's insane.
There's nothing in the
Do
way
those
to
radio
stop it getting
signals
sent,
not-
dude.
Do those radio signals not like? This is gonna sound really stupid. Do they not interfere with anything on the way there?
No, there's
Well,
nothing
no,
out there.
they-
No,
They,
Yeah,
they
you
there's
mean
get
there's
nothing
nothing
out
interfere with
there.
them?
they get weaker on the way back. That's why we have to have massive radio telescopes on Earth to receive it, because it's like a millionth of an amp power by the time it gets here, you know?
Pretty sure they have a nuclear generator on there, buddy.
Well, yeah, but
Wait,
there's,
there's a
there's
nuclear
signal-
generator on Voyager?
Yes, there's a RTD on Voyager, but by the time the signal gets here, there's signal degradation. The further that signal, it's
What?
not
No,
like
how long would that nuclear last?
I think another
Couple
10
million?
years.
What,
No,
nuclear
you're fucking
generator?
high.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No, dude, it cools itself. No, Gary, it cools itself because it's in space. It can,
It's
as long
in
as the
fucking
half-life,
space.
as long as the
the
material maintains.
radioisotope generator on the Voyager will last like another 10, possibly 20 years. That's not to
depending on,
say
it depends on
it's
what
not-
they're using.
That's not to say
Uranium.
it's not gonna
Pretty sure
be.
they're using uranium, dude.
But
uranium.
oh my goodness.
Were they using uranium back then? When did they shoot it off? 1967?
No, 70s. It was in the late 70s.
They were using uranium, Rizzo, back in 19...
No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be late 70s because fucking Star Trek 2 or Star Trek 1, they met Voyager.
What the fuck? We're talking real life, not television shows.
Yeah, I know.
It was 1979.
Yeah, it's almost 80, and the other one was sent. Voyager 2 was sent like 4 or 5 months later.
All right, Rizzo. So Gary, I have the
Voyager
answers.
2.
Oh, wait,
Voyager 1
Hold on.
has
Shh. What were you saying, Spiro?
Voyager 1 has enough hydrazine to last until 2040. Voyager
What?
2's juice can keep it hurtling along until 2034.
What's hydrazine?
That's the propellant to steer it.
Yeah, the real limiting factor is the other fuel, which is plutonium-238 dioxide. But yeah, without the hydrazine, essentially it'll get pulled along by by gravitational fields of different planetary bodies, and
And then it
eventually
won't be
Well,
able to
what
point
hasn't-
back to
What
Earth.
hasn't stopped it being pulled from any of these other planets? Because not
It's
getting to a whole
way
flat
past-
Earth.
is hydrazine.
Dude,
Not
it is
getting to this
way
whole flat
past
Earth.
the planets. It is way past the planets. It's already outside of Pluto's.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
still
but
on a
there's-
trajectory
there's-
where we're avoiding.
All right. So didn't it pass up like moons? There being
Yeah, it took a bunch of very spectacular pictures of the outer gas giants.
See,
so why
Part-
didn't it
part of
get
the reason,
pulled in
though-
by the gravity by that moon?
Well,
because they
Per
used
se-
them to slingshot it.
yeah, I was supposed to say that. It technically did get pulled in by the gravity, but we used it as a slingshot. So essentially it gets pulled towards a planet, but it's going past it at such a rate that it essentially just adds to the acceleration and it bends its arc a bit and then shoots it off past the planet.
So did these fucking nerds like figure out when they shot it off?
Yes.
Did they figure out the
Yep.
exact
Yes. You know that. Look into the Voyager missions because they wouldn't be possible right now. They
Without the
launched.
Nazis?
No, shut up. They launched these 2 probes for a specific reason because the planets were aligned like they were, and they won't be again for hundreds of years. So they sent these 2 probes, and they were able to hit Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in one fucking shot or 2 shots. That won't be able to happen again because the planets won't be aligned the way they were. There's a specific reason this is fucking groundbreaking. Come on, man.
Wait, all right. So how is it?
Jupiter? Coincidence? Jupiter?
Oh,
No. So how is
Jesus
it?
Christ.
So how is it that it just so happened to go that way, or is it?
It
we
wasn't just
were,
what happened, dude. They
Like, who are
calculated
we-
it perfectly.
Who are we to believe? Like, all we have to do is believe. Like, oh, these people say, like, oh, these calculations are exact. Like, who are we to believe the people that come up with the calculations and shit?
Yeah, how do you know the Earth is
Well-
even round?
Oh,
Sphere cut?
Because Rizzo, we have 3D models in the entire solar system, right? As well as where the planets move.
But
etc.
how do we really
And-
know? It's 95% guessing.
you're fucking
No,
high.
it's not. It's
You're
mathematics.
fucking
It's
high.
mathematics, dude. Like we
Well,
watched,
no,
we
so
watched
what
the
about
movement of the
so
orbital
what
bodies
about
with
the
massive
mathematics?
telescopes.
Like, how do we, dude? The mathematics are all man-made. So how do we even know that's fucking true?
Oh my God! Mathematics is
Rizzo.
not man-made. Mathematics is the fucking calculations we put on to real-world scenarios.
Oh,
like,
shut
yes.
up, Gary. You probably think the Earth is round. Give me
Just
a
the
break.
language,
my
just
God.
language is like man-made, but it's like a translation of what was always there.
Well, it's
I
not
need,
even that. It's
I
just
need
that
some
one
more
represents a
marijuana
certain-
in my life.
One represents a
Jesus.
certain object, and one represents another object. 1 + 1 will always equal 2, because we define what 1 is. It's the language that we use to understand the universe. And
Look,
essentially, it's an
when-
exact science.
When Galileo fucking used his first telescope to look at Jupiter, he knew it moves so many arc seconds, arc minutes in the sky. And it always does, with very slight deviations.
How do
So,
you
yeah.
know? How do you know he wasn't just a fucking wino that was just like guessing? How do we know?
Because we've tested it now, and he was right.
Because we sent a fucking satellite there. We have pictures right now, brand new pictures of a new satellite we just sent that's still there, orbiting
All
it.
right, Rizzo.
how
sending-
much
if
how
you
much
come
of
to
those
Australia-
pictures haven't been edited?
Oh, no,
They're
fuck you,
all-
Rizzo. If you come to
they're all
Australia, we're going
edited.
to take my telescope out, and you're going to spend a week with me out in the middle of nowhere, and we're just going to mark where the fuck the thing is for a week so I can prove it to you.
This is Brokeback Mountain all over again.
Hey, mate, don't tell him my secret plans. My real name's King of Pole.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm not. No. Look, guys, like, I'm not trying to. I'm just being devil's advocate. That's all I'm trying to be. I'm just.
I realize, dude. I realize. Okay, listen. Mathematics essentially is just it's a universal constant because we define what it is. It's not subject to.
No. What did you say? What did you say? No, what did you just say? You said we. Who are we? We are
Because we-
human beings.
Because
You've got to
humans
look-
a long time ago
Shut
have decided
up,
that 1
Rizzo.
is 1, and 1
Mathematics.
+ 1
True, don't believe him.
always equals 2.
Don't believe him. Don't believe him. 1 + 1 is
Yeah.
actually 3, Rizzo.
Everybody who tells you math is real is a Jew, Rizzo.
Jesus. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
No, but for real, like, how are we supposed
Yeah,
to,
man,
like,
I'm
who are
for real
we? Who are we to trust?
Real talk.
Who are we to trust this maths?
You gotta
Look,
trust yourself. You have to trust
you
your
can-
own interpretation. of
Sam,
it.
if
You can do the math
if-
yourself if you want.
If you dropped a rock every day at 12 p.m. and it fell towards the earth, would you not be going out on a limb to say that tomorrow, if you dropped a rock at 12 p.m., it would fall?
Well, that's different. You can't do this. Apples and oranges. That's,
No, the fuck it ain't.
No. That's visible. That's visible science.
Alright,
All right,
I'm talking about
close your
fucking
eyes.
outer space.
Close,
Can you fucking see outer
close
space?
your eyes and drop
Rizzo,
a rock.
you have one
every
hand. No,
day.
no, Gary, wait. Rizzo, you have one hand on your left hand. Call that one. You have another hand on your left hand. Call that also one. What do both these hands, if you add them together, make?
2.
2.
The answer is 2, Rizzo.
Rizzo,
Don't make
believe these
Louisiana
Jewish
look
tricks,
that bad.
Rizzo. Don't believe these Jewish tricks, Rizzo. Just don't do it, buddy.
Oh, Rizzo, I missed the Swampcast.
So what about so the curvature of the Earth, it's supposed to be like 3 point or 8 point whatever meters. So what's up with that? So like, how can you see across a bay or an area or a large distance, but you can still see the tops of buildings? So
okay, have you ever been sailing before?
Yes.
And seen something come over the horizon?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever noticed that like the top of it shows up before the bottom, before the thing at the bottom?
Yes.
So the top of the mast shows up before the part at the bottom because the curvature means that the bottom of the ship is still below the horizon, whereas the top of it's already coming over it. But it doesn't come over just at the waterline; it comes up over it in the sky.
Yeah, I think that was a bad example. What about
No, don't believe him. It's Jewish
it is a bad example.
No, guys. I got a good example. All right, so in Louisiana, there's the Lake Pontchartrain Bridge. The Lake Pontchartrain Bridge, Gary, I think it's like 8 miles. And so for them to do it,
no, you're fucking high. Wait, are you talking about the twin spans or the Bonnie Carey?
The twin spans.
The
bigger
not
one.
the twin span. The
twin spans
the
was
longest
bigger.
ones.
Yeah.
No, the twin spans is I-10 over
Slidell. Goes to Slidell.
the Causeway. No, you're talking about the Causeway.
Yeah. But the thing is that
27 miles or 21 miles long.
And so it would have had to have
21 fucking miles, dude.
Yeah,
Hey Rizzo,
so it would have had
drag JP. I can't drag him.
They would have to drop 8 feet every mile. The whole thing is that they would have to drop 8 feet every mile.
They do.
No, it doesn't.
No, every mile? Are you fucking high? That's not how that works.
Dude, that's not how it works. The Earth would be a lot smaller than that if it was 8. Maybe like 8 inches or something. Like if even that, probably more like 8 fucking millimeters less than that.
I think it's 7 foot per like 20 miles or something like that. It's fucking retarded.
But the whole thing is like the guys who like built that bridge, rivers, they didn't incorporate. It didn't have you didn't have to do it. But I contributed that because like the bottom of the Earth is different heights.
The bottom of the Earth.
Where the on
the
top,
ground, the sea level. Oh, if you're based off sea level, okay.
You can't base anything.
Heights.
You can't exactly. You can't base anything because they say so the maths of the curvature is like 8 feet per every 16 miles squared or whatever. Like it's like some dumb shit like that. But like
allegedly.
how can you go off that if the bottom of the Earth or whatever the bottom where the bottom of the fucking water where the ground is goes up and down.
Earth theory?
I don't know what the fuck you're
no,
talking about.
No, dude, if you want to go into Hollow Earth, Admiral B. Byrd, have y'all heard of him?
Yeah, let's talk about Hollow Earth.
Let's just wait. Don't derail yet. Rizzo, okay, I want you to just do a simple experiment. Do you have a globe there by any chance?
No, shush. I'm on y'all side.
No,
I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Don't get it twisted.
You're asking why we know. You're asking how we know. And
I'm asking why for other people. I'm asking why for other people. Don't think I'm a fucking retard.
When you're building a bridge like that, when you go off to the other side, relative to you can just make it flat. You don't have to adjust it, make it 7 foot lower or whatever the fuck, because you are already experiencing the curvature. It's similar to like if you were able to go that far in a car, it's not like you're going to feel the slope going down. You don't have to build the road to go down because you just follow the fucking ground. It already curves for you. You still build it at the same height. Anyway, if you got a level that was long enough and put it across the entire length of the bridge, then you would find that if you put it at one end of the bridge and held it down flat, at the other end of the bridge, that it would be a slight bit off the ground.
Yeah, that's legit. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we can test all this stuff. We can do experiments on. There's so many ways you can do this shit. Like, it's similar to people who try to say like, oh, if there's curvature, then why like, if you put a ball in the salt flat, it's going to be the flattest place on Earth. Why doesn't it roll? Because of friction. But that's the problem with flat earthers. They don't understand even the most basic parts of science. So they end up just making these pseudo assumptions of, oh yeah, well I can see that if a ball on an incline in this simulation will roll down a hill.
Don't do a fucking southern accent. Don't do a fucking southern accent. I swear to God.
Now.
Don't do a fucking southern accent.
This
Giggly
is
Mesh, can you believe these Jewish chicks, Giggly Mesh?
Did you
God
see the
damn
dude
it.
Did you see the dude that came on to Worski that was a flat earther? He actually did talk exactly like that, so you gotta give him a break. He was doing
Son of a bitch, I ain't giving you or Sparrow a break. Fuck both of ya.
Hey Gary, this is the Louisiana educational work. This is why we all call you out resident.
Fuck suck my asshole.
Hey, we both graduated from the same school. We had like the same teachers.
I have a question for Sparrow, actually. Sparrow,
Yeah, shoot.
with traveling, do you reckon cryo sleep would be acceptable?
An intergalactic space shuttle?
You would need it if you were going if you were going slower than relativistic, slower than relativistic speeds. If you're going to somewhere that's say like within say 20 light years away, and you're going really fast at relativistic speeds, then you can make it there without you pass away. But hundreds of years are going to pass on Earth. That's the main problem. So even if you go on cryo sleep and you send yourself at a really fast speed, everyone who's sent you is dead. It's why you're never going to have interplanetary trade.
No.
That's ridiculous.
No.
Cryo could work.
Who are we to say? Who are we to say that the speed of light is the fastest that you can travel? Like, why?
Well,
why?
It's pretty. At this
No.
point.
You just fucked yourself over. You said it's pretty at this point, but no. How do us as human beings know?
Equals MC squared. If you reach that speed of light, you turn into energy.
That's been fucking proven.
Oh, shut
no,
up.
the Michelson-Morley experiment was. Are you talking about the Michelson-Morley experiment?
No, I'm talking about how do we know that the speed of light is the fastest that we can go?
But we're almost positive.
Oh shit!
Almost.
Electricity moves faster than the speed of light.
It's that small variable. It's that small variable that people are like, oh no, it couldn't be that. That ended up to come to fucking bite them in the ass in the long run.
Well, look, Rizzo. How do you know that whenever you release a ball from your hands, that it won't fly up?
Because motion.
Right, so there is actually an explanation for what you're talking about, Rizzo. When you say like, okay, so if we're going to continue to accelerate and we're at 99% of the speed of light, and we
No. You're thinking too. I'm not saying abstract. You need to think more abstractly. You need to quit thinking about you're talking about propulsion. You need to quit thinking about propulsion and thinking about vortexes, fucking intermittent, like black holes and shit. You're thinking like, because you keep talking about propulsion, like energy, movement. It's not an energy thing. There's got to be something more than an energy thing. There's got to be.
There's nothing more than energy.
Well, how the fuck do you know?
Well, because that's everything. That's information. That's
our
mind.
Wait,
bitch, I swear to God.
Guys, there could be magical fairies. But we haven't seen them yet.
It's
and instead,
no, it's not magical fucking theories. Y'all are saying fucking shit based off of fucking human beings.
Hang on.
The laws of physics.
Hold on. Let Gilgamesh speak real quick. Go on.
I think Ozzy probably knows more about this than me as far as like stage 4, stage 5 civilizations. But there's something about getting to the level where you harness star energy, which you would need that much energy to actually bend and warp the fabric of space-time, right?
Yeah, that would take.
So then you can actually
at least a K2
in theory fabricate wormholes.
Y'all are trying to talk about shit, and we haven't even figured out quantum mechanics yet.
No, we're talking about energy. A K2 civilization requires an entire sun's worth of energy, and you were trying to say that energy don't matter. Yes, energy, propulsion, all that fucking matters. Like, that's a big fucking thing.
Okay,
You're not just gonna open up a wormhole and be like, oh well, fuck, I can get to Alpha Centauri from here.
Well,
in a
I just want to
second.
talk about the prevailing theory. But I mean, the prevailing theory essentially goes with this is the idea of time dilation. Like, do you know what that is?
Yeah,
in detail,
well,
you've
I
heard of it
know.
in
I
different
know what a
sci-fi books.
woman's
Yeah.
vagina dilating is. So
oh, shut
continue.
up. Answer his question, bitch.
It's a time dilation. You know that concept? Yeah, the basics of it. That essentially time is relative, and if you're moving at a fast enough speed, time will bend around you because of the gravitational effect that you'll have.
But
when
what
you
is
increase your
time but a
mass.
man-made
No, I have
construct?
not actually. Explain it to me in detail.
What is
Oh,
time
God.
but a man-made construct? So like you can't take
Yeah, can
take
you just
stuff.
explain relatively in quantum physics really quickly?
Yeah, let me just explain time
My
dilation.
God.
Okay, so the way that we did essentially the time dilation experiment, I just walked back inside and I looked at the chat. Fucking hell! I should have never said that. Okay, so the way that we understand time dilation is that if we have two things moving at relativistic speeds, then the outside viewer sees them moving at a certain speed. But if they were bouncing a beam right back and forth between each other, it would be because light travels at a constant, right? So even relative to... God damn it, I'm getting a phone call.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the Jews calling
No,
him.
all
Don't listen to his
right,
tricks.
no. So if
Trying
any,
to trick you, Rizzo.
if any of y'all trump me if you can. Who fucking trump? How
Motherfucker,
can-
you're too stupid to be trumped. That's
No,
the problem.
no, it's
You have
not.
to have
It's
a
not that
basic
I'm. No, I'm
knowledge
not.
of
Don't
something.
don't call me fucking stupid, Gary. I'm
Alright,
not
you're
fucking
ignorant.
stupid.
You're ignorant? Is that better?
Okay. Wait a minute, but Rizzo has
It's
a point.
no. We
Rizzo
don't
has
know.
a
Like
point.
how are you gonna say that fucking human beings? How are you gonna trust all these fucking scientists and blah blah? Like how the fuck do you know they're just not making shit up or like they're just fucking guessing? All they like Stephen Hawking himself
Because Rizzo, I can answer that.
redactrated.
Because they give out papers. You can read the papers and you can follow the exact experiment that they do and learn the same thing.
The only thing I trust
You
is the
could
fucking
also
slot.
test it yourself if you wanted to. They give all the information. You could recreate this experiment if you wanted. That's why peer review exists.
I'm not a big fan of peer review, to be honest, but yeah, peer review actually exists for that reason.
You could recreate this experiment if you wanted. That's why peer review exists.
I'm not a big fan of peer review, to be honest, but yeah, peer review actually exists for that reason.
So what's up?
You could recreate this experiment if you
What kind
wanted.
of shine
That's
are you
why
drinking
peer
today, Rizzo?
review exists. Yeah, it sounds like you're listening to the
So,
YouTube stream or something. You sound like you're a few seconds behind.
For that reason.
So what's up?
You could recreate this experiment if you
What kind
wanted.
of shine
That's
are you
why
drinking
peer
today, Rizzo?
review exists.
Anyway,
yeah, it
cryo
sounds like
sleep,
you're listening to the YouTube stream or something. You sound like you're a few seconds behind. Really, cryo? I was thinking like generational ships. A couple hundred people doling out who gets to breed with who. Managing.
No, it'll go cryo before that shit. But there'll be 1,000 people too. There will be 1,000 people cryo sleeped.
You think?
Oh yeah, definitely. They plan to repopulate a new planet. They would. So they'll probably give you like 10 million. Not even 10 million, but a shitload of people. They will like a couple thousand, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, whatever it takes to repopulate a fucking planet.
I think it's
how many people does it take? It's like 2,000, right?
More than that, Rizzo.
Well, no, I think the absolute number was it was in the low thousands supposedly.
Yeah, no. It's like 2,000.
Yeah,
it's very careful genetic, making sure there's no genetic coincidences or whatever.
Yeah, but
nobody wants to do that shit. You see a fine girl, you want to impregnate her.
No,
It
cryo
don't
would
matter
probably
if she's your
be
cousin.
100,000. That would probably just freeze a bunch of people, put them in pods. The pods will go into fucking storage for a ship. You'll probably get 100,000 people, honestly, on a big ass ship, and that'll probably be the first.
Okay, so
thing.
what happens if you're not in cryogenics and you go through fucking if you go
die of
through
old
the
age
speed
on
of,
the ship.
so say if you're sleeping, so say like you take a nap or you're going to sleep,
Mhm.
the ship goes into fucking the speed of light. Do you
Oh
just
no! If the speed of
dramatically?
light,
No.
then you might not. No,
I don't
no.
think we'll ever get a ship to the speed of light. I'm talking sublight. That's why I'm
No.
talking generational ships. You have to have families that are going to birth new
No.
crew members.
We'll definitely get 99.9% speed of light. I reckon.
I think it's possible as well.
I think the
But-
whole speed of light is a lie. I think it's all a lie, to be honest.
Come on, man.
No, dude, it's a fucking lie. Like, how do we even know what
That's
the fuck
right,
speed of light
Rizzo.
is?
Einstein was a Jew. Remember?
Yeah.
I believe you, Rizzo. Rizzo convinced me. I'm on Rizzo's side
It's
now.
dude, it's all a lie. Like who are we supposed to trust these people? Like who are we just like? How can you not imagine that it's just like, you know, mind controlling masses and saying shit and be like, we're gonna put this in fucking textbooks and shit.
Rizzo.
Right. Isaac Newton,
Rizzo.
What
How
do
many
you know?
how many
Carl
ships
Sagan.
have you put into space?
Carl Sagan.
None.
How many
What does that
how
have to
many
fucking
ships?
do anything? What does that have
Because
to
these
do anything?
motherfuckers know more than you do. They're fucking
Those
smart.
motherfuckers
They're
were also
geniuses.
They were also fucking Nazis. They were also fucking connected
Sorry?
with the government.
If
They're
anything,
also the
that's like-
government.
if anything,
Where do
that
you
says
think?
more
Where do you
about
think
them than
90? Where do you
anything
think? Where do you think 90% of this government? Where do you think 90% of this funding comes from? The government. And if you get money from the government, what do you have to do? You have to have a fucking agenda.
Well,
I think you're
Hitler
hiding-
did nothing
Gary.
wrong. I would like to
Dude,
say that.
Yeah,
Rizzo.
can you stop talking about Hitler, please, Rizzo? Hitler was a great man.
I wasn't trying to talk
apologize
shit
to
on
his-
Hitler.
Can you please
You
apologize?
just shit on Hitler, you fucking sack of shit.
You don't even, dude. You're a Jew lover. Fuck you.
Yeah, I
You're-
do love my
You're
Jews.
you're the
Can we-
cook. You're the cook. No. In real
Rizzo, can I have some
IRL,
power to change that, please?
in
Rizzo?
IRL, Gary loves Jews. Like, it's not a joke. Like, he's not just joking around, just joking. No, blah blah blah. No, he's
Hey, Gary, do you have the snip?
What was that?
Do you have the snip?
Oh, absolutely.
So
There's no
you're-
fucking self-deprecating Jew that wouldn't.
I'm
snip
back.
himself.
What did I miss?
Oh, Gary snipped. He's
Broom
he
handle
lost
dick.
half his dick.
Jesus, Gary.
It's
I'm so
like a
sorry for that.
little torpedo. It's amazing.
Wait, you didn't do it when you were a kid? You got it later in life?
No, I was 23.
God
What?
damn.
You lie. Don't lie. Don't lie to these people.
Oh god, I thought he was crazy.
Oh, I think he definitely is.
How about
The
you,
line
Rizzo?
that-
You cut? You cut,
Yeah.
Rizzo?
Yeah. Isn't everybody?
No, that's a Jewish thing.
No, I'm not cut either. The Australians
JD?
don't get cut.
Hey guys,
We don't like
hey guys, real quick,
regulation.
if we can get,
Europeans, Australians,
if we can-
Rizzo.
if we can get serious for a moment. So like today, like today really kind of made me second guess like not being snipped, because like at work, like, you know, I sweat a lot and like I wear blue jeans and I like wear a harness, and like I went to the porta shitter to take a piss and I pulled my dick out and I was like, God damn, dude, I got like some red sores on the side of my dick. It look, you know, I was like, do I got like some herp or something?
Yeah.
And I was like,
sir.
no,
Bro.
I don't. And I just realized, I was like, no, it's just from like my harness that I wear that's like, you know, cutting into my dick. And I was just like,
what?
hold on. And then I realized, I was like,
It's herp.
so that's what a foreskin is for, to protect the soft part of your dick
No.
from
Yes.
stuff.
Yes and no.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's
But
for
it
a lot of
also
things.
it gives you a lot more sensitivity. When you cut off the foreskin, you lose sensitivity in your fucking dick, Rizzo.
Yeah. That's also
Yeah,
true.
it
Not
also
the whole-
because it
not the
I
continually
entire
don't, I don't,
dick,
under,
just
I don't,
the
I don't,
just
I don't
Just the
understand.
head, not the
I
entire
don't,
dick.
I don't understand the sensitivity thing, but I more understand the protective thing, because like the
If I fuck a
The-
bitch,
the-
I'll have more pleasure than you.
well, like the top like inch and a half, 2 inches of my dick, like, you know, like if I'm getting sweaty in blue jeans and working and stuff, like it gets aggravated. Like there's like red spots, and I'm always like, Jesus Christ, do I got a fucking STD? Because like I fuck a lot of bitches, but then it just goes away in a day.
Yeah, man, it's because the fucking it's supposed to be protective of it's a protective like what Zero or fucking Tim Tam is saying is fucking accurate about there's nerves in the foreskin and therefore
Did you just dox Tim Tam?
Yeah, I think he did.
It's a
This isn't a doxing server. I just about somebody delete this person.
Yeah, anal vape.
Kick
Yeah,
anal.
right.
Kick him.
I'll have to make a new fucking profile now. Just
God damn it! Why are you doxing? This was supposed to be the only anti-doxing server out there.
So his dox is Zero. That's his dox.
We're no better than Clown Town.
Why are you perpetuating doxes?
That's his age and location and his name. Zero.
Crucify this motherfucker.
Yes.
yes.
Generally, if
My
a
name-
person's trying to detach themselves from other accounts, you shouldn't be spreading what accounts they're attached to. If you like, if you
Ed says it right here.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
I have a lot of people trying to make videos of me apparently nowadays.
No, but
That's
really,
why I was told that, so I changed the account.
there's what's it called? There's nerves in the foreskin that provide pleasure, and by getting circumcised, you're just getting rid of that. And
well, there's also fucking nerves in your fucking butthole. You don't see anybody having their butthole cut out.
Yeah, but I see you fucking bitches, and so.
Thank you.
Rizzo, that's a point.
Wait. Hold on. Tim Tam, Zero. You've seen the videos?
Did you dox me again? Holy fuck.
Hold on. Wait. I want to ask. So you saw those? You saw those videos? I did pretty good.
I
did pretty good. Yeah, I did. Dude, I was a fucking champ, wasn't I? You saw me beat that pussy up. I mean, she was fat, but.
Wait, what
Hey,
the
dude,
fuck?
I
Rizzo's
thought
post
it
on
was
nowadays.
bestiality personally, Rizzo. I thought you were into, like, hippos. That's all.
Just whatever I was getting paid for at the time.
Yeah, Gary,
Hey,
it's
look.
all on Pornhub now. It's all on Pornhub. I uploaded it.
What? I've watched a lot of Pornhub. Ain't never seen that.
Didn't you see me fuck a bitch one time?
So you watch a bunch of people fuck. So you look for fucking fat bitches, do you?
Well, I mean, look. An uncle told me one time, long ago, you fuck the fat bitches because it makes them feel good. You fuck the fine bitches because it makes you feel good. Look, everybody needs to feel good, even fat bitches.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do a lot of good.
Desperate and horny.
Well, plus the fat girls feed you, man. They can feed you really good.
Hey, I've never seen a fat chick put anything in her hand she didn't fucking put in her mouth. Just saying.
Exactly. It's fucking science, man.
Hey, wait a second, Rizzo.
Gary, you can't say shit. You've always been with
But you wanna
skinny
know
chicks.
something? The pretty
Gary
girls
can't say
usually
shit. Gary's
end
a liar. He's always been with skinny chicks.
You've seen fucking Casey.
So he has taste.
She was skinny. She was skinny.
Casey
So was she American skinny or European skinny?
No, she
American
was
skinny or
American
European skinny?
What's the difference?
So she was
Is
fat.
European skinny
She was
more
fat.
skinny?
Yeah, definitely.
There's like a 35 pound
There's like
difference
30
between
pounds,
American and
yeah.
European.
And she had a hook nose. It made me sick to
Mary,
my
what the
stomach
fuck?
to have
You
sex.
lie.
with her.
You lie, because every girl you've been into has had a hook nose.
I know. It wasn't the hook nose, it was the fat body. She wasn't obese, but she was kind of thick. I don't like thick girls.
real talk.
Oh, that's exactly like the chick that's exactly like the chick that like snuck into this Discord. I swear to God, I fucking had to cut this bitch off. This bitch named Brittany, she fucking snuck into my Discord or Clown Town, listened to us talking, and then text messaged me. She was like, I listened to your Discord, I fucked up. And I was like, yeah, the fuck you did. And then I blocked her number.
Wait,
Like-
one more. Wait. I got a little bit lost there. Could you
This
So
bitch,
like you
this
just doxed
bitch
like
in
3
real,
females you guys fucked in
Yeah.
real life.
yeah, no, this bitch in real life.
Casey, come on, real name Casey. How many Caseys
Yeah, a girl
are
named
there?
Brittany. No, piss me off. No, what seriously
Everybody
pissed
in the
me
South have a
off.
fucking stripper name.
Yes.
Rizzo's fucking Brittany Venti. True fact.
Wait, am I?
No,
so,
but
so
this
am I
bitch, no,
that
this bitch,
real
she
life?
fucking got on the Discord and shit and listened in the voice chat and then texted me IRL, was like, I heard what you said, blah 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 blah. And you know what I said to her? I said, why the fuck you hanging out at the bar? I said, the Discord and shit, it's like the boys hanging out at the bar talking shit. And I was like, yeah, I might have talked shit about you, but I didn't fucking mean it.
Wait, you knew the
Wait.
bitch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her real life chickie was fucking.
Okay.
Speaking of which, dude, didn't her baby daddy tell you that she had herpes? Maybe that's where the red sores came from.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's legit.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like you're in denial. Sounds like you're in denial.
No, I get this every summer. I get this every summer when I'm fucking working.
I bet you do when they flare up.
Exactly. Maybe you should keep your dick to yourself for a few weeks.
Look, I got 8 minutes left on the stream before I gotta go to sleep and go to work. I mean, I gotta wake up in like 3 hours.
Oh, that sucks.
It does
Yeah.
suck.
Why the fuck are you streaming so late?
'Cause my fucking boy, my best friend in the whole world, hit me up.
Oh, me? I didn't hit you up, buddy. You're lying. Fucking lying to me, Rizzo. That's the real reason, Rizzo, because, I did not hit you up, buddy.
Rizzo just doxed his STDs.
Wait. So real quick, I didn't dox my STDs. I don't have any STDs. I got chlamydia one time, and I got rid of it.
I got all these red bumps on the side of my dick.
See, this is no. I was talking about Sebi Survivor because I'm pretty sure he's a spy, but he joins in, so I have no idea what to think of him.
Oh well,
Wait, who?
I'll
Spit
remove his
Survivor.
ass.
Oh, yeah, Spit Survivor's funny.
He's just really, really deep cover.
No.
Yeah,
He's a
even-
spy because
Wait.
he's fun.
Wait. So
I'm
wait,
like skeptic.
I was gonna say something.
I like
forgot.
him. I'm not gonna get rid of him. Don't get me wrong. By the way, Zoom was in Clown Town again. I kept moving him and he quit. Now I moved everyone to the drunk tank.
Zoom
left
followed me on
Zoomtown.
Twitter today.
Clown Town.
I
left.
didn't follow him back.
Clown
He followed me on Twitter. Why would Zoom follow me on
That's
Twitter?
because he's desperate. He's desperate for friends because everyone else thinks he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why he tries to be friendly with me. It's like, you doxed me, right?
You need a friend, Vibe, to be honest.
What?
You need to stop doing the drugs, and you need a friend because, quite frankly, Vibe, come on.
I don't need to be friends.
Hey
with
guys,
someone like that.
hey everybody, say good night. Say good night. Say good night.
Good
Okay,
night.
go to sleep. Good night.
We love you, Rizzo.
Oh,
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night. Good night.
Rizzo, stop sending me nudes, please.
I was just trying to
Was
say
it-
I wanted to move to Australia. That's all I was. And I got accepted. I got
you ain't
accepted.
gonna be a sugar daddy.
The Australian government sent me a letter saying that I was accepted to move over there and that they would pay for my visa.
What?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gary, you gonna join him?
Is that a thing?
That's cool.
I
You
mean,
gonna
I'm
do
an
oil work?
operator. I could probably
you
work
better
at a
Yeah,
coal
no.
mine or
Hey,
something.
no. They
Well,
need.
dude, you'd be able to work in a
They
massive
need
mine.
us.
They'll pay you better
No.
than
Yeah,
America. They'll pay you a lot
legit
better.
down there.
Gary,
Yeah.
legit. Gary, legit. They need people like us over there.
Yeah, hey, Gary, do you want to
They're
make 300K a
begging.
year instead of 100K?
Yes.
Then come to Australia.
I have a beautiful white child as well. So
Bring
I
him.
could-
Bring.
Yeah, well,
Bring.
come to
Bring them
Australia
all.
and fix our fucking demographics.
Yeah, dude. We could
Yeah,
actually.
too many
Dude, we could
Asians,
actually do.
people with halflings.
We
One
could-
drop rule, bitch.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we could-
murder every single one dropped Asian there is in Australia.
Australia is like
speaking of
an
that,
entire
I
country
wasn't
of the
actually trying to
South.
happen. I was just kidding.
Yeah, you can be best friends with guys like this in real life. Imagine
Nah, we'll
that.
move all that. We're moving all the happers back to Papua New Guinea, where they belong. To be honest,
Dude,
Hey
fuck
Gary,
PNG.
I think you should maybe
PNG 's a
really
shithole.
look into.
that's not
really-
nice to say about your home, country. Jesus Christ.
Gary, I think you should really look into going to Australia because, like, I have, and like it seems like a pretty good deal.
Well, Australians should be
as long as
the
you-
white people.
They
or the
need.
white
They
people.
need chemical engineer technicians or plant operators, and like they'll pay for your visa. They'll pay for your whole family. Come on, man.
Yeah, you get a contract with a company over there, over here. And they'll end up bringing you in.
They like when I was filling out a survey, they asked me like what places do you want to live in, And I was like, fuck, I don't know. And so like the first one I put
By the
Sydney.
coast.
Yeah, and the second one I put
Oh,
Perth.
yours is Sydney? Yuck.
Fuck, I
No.
didn't know. I put unknown, Sydney, and Perth.
Sydney? Oh, Jesus, you fucking retard. That's like putting Melbourne. You might as well put Melbourne and Sydney.
No, like
Honestly,
the top,
no,
the
you
top
don't live in
two,
Sydney, dude.
the top
It's
two were
the cost of living
Melbourne,
is way too
Sydney.
high.
All right,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Just go on.
I gotta go to sleep, guys. For real, y'all keep it up. Y'all,
Yeah, go
y'all
to
keep going
sleep,
on.
you fuck.
Alright, Rizzo.
Yeah,
No,
Queensland
no.
or Western Australia?
Rizzo, stay up with me, buddy. We're doing it all night, buddy. You
No.
and me.
No, I gotta
No.
go to sleep. I got
Come
work
on,
in the
Rizzo.
morning. I got work.
Come on,
I got
Rizzo.
work. I love
Come
y'all.
on.
I love y'all. I love y'all.
You love me
Love
so
you,
much you
Sam.
stay up?
Want to lose
Kisses
your
on the
job.
neck. Kisses on the neck. Night night. Night night.
I wonder how Bully feels like that.
Hello. I thought I did. Said I thought I did.